Hey guys, how's it going? Figured we'd just keep popping back in with some more Xenoblade Chronicles 3 today. I figured we'd just start out by progressing the main story a little bit more. We do have a few more side quests hanging, but honestly, I've been pretty invested in the main story. I do think it's kind of funny though. I think I mentioned this last stream, that we're still just always reminded by the fact that we have just kind of this little, just the fact that Mio especially has like 3 months left to live, hanging over our heads, and then we just keep visiting random colonies. I've also been wondering when we actually get to go visit a colony from the Agnus side of the war. Because so far, I know that the story's centralized a little bit more around Noah's side, as far as like the 3 and 3 split we have in the main group, with, you know, Noah, Eunie, and Lanz coming from one side of the war, and then Mio, Taion, and Senna coming from the other. But, I mean, there's a lot to look forward to in the story, not just Sword March, which is where we're heading. We still have a lot of characters to kind of meet. We haven't met the character, I don't know what his name is, but the character that caused the demotion of Colony 4 and Ethel, who I'm still a little bit worried about. I don't know how things are going to go for her, because she said she was going to go report back to the capital, but she's one of the colonies freed from the flame block, so we'll see. But either way, I figured we'd just go ahead and teleport straight out to, this is the closest fast travel point I believe we have to our next destination. Yeah, okay. So I figured we'd just head that way. Got a little bit of off-stream grinding done. It was basically just running around getting some resources, a little bit of XP. Should hopefully be pretty helpful, because while I don't like to be too over-leveled, I mean, we're level 26, I think, right now. But yeah. I was noticing that as we were... Did those enemies just disappear? Oh. Looks like there's a supply drop down there. Oh. I was noticing, though, that we are very slowly starting to get to the point at the end of last stream, where, especially boss enemies, and I get their boss enemies, they're taking forever to kill. So I kind of just decided I'll gain a few levels off stream. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this game. I still have no idea how many chapters there are, but I have an idea that we're going to be getting heroes at a pretty high rate. I mean, we did like, I think a 4 to 5-ish hour stream last time, and we got Xeon here as well as Valdi. I don't know how many chapters there are in the game. I don't know how many characters as well. I've been wondering, because we saw that there were a pretty decent number of heroes. The issue is I don't know if they're all going to be mandatory to the story. And I don't know how many chapters there are in the story, because for all I know, a few of them are optional, a few of them are New Game Plus. Really just figured we'd kind of play through and see. I don't know if this game's bad about, like, missables, as far as if I progress the story past a certain point, I'll potentially miss out on certain side quests or heroes or anything like that, but we'll see. Yeah, I kind of wonder what in the actual, like, what? That's horrifying. I'd love to go get that supply drop. I really don't want to go pick a fight with whatever that is. The game really does remind me of, again, I've only played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in the main series. Of the fact that, though, in a lot of the older areas, there were just randomly big, like, unique enemies that you had to come back later unless you had a death wish. So, let's grab this container, though. But, oh, there's a cave down there, too. I'll tell you what it is, it's death. Bye. Oh, there's multiples, too. I wonder if it constitutes a unique enemy then if there's 2. Either way, I'm not going to go pick a fight with those. We know exactly what's going to happen. Interesting. I do feel like these choice battles I should always be trying to do whenever I get the chance. It's interesting here that, yeah, I was going to say it's... You know, at the start we were going just for the golden XP, but I actually do think... So if it's Nopon coins, I think we're supposed to go for Nopon coins. If it's affinity for colonies, that could really save us some time, but... Here, we'll go for this. I mean, we've obviously run into a good number of, you know, soldiers and enemies from Agnus. I'm just confused as to how we haven't seen any colonies, or encountered any of those colonies. It'd just be interesting to me to see kind of that flip side. Oh, we're definitely not targeting this enemy. The flip side of things, because we've seen how much hostility there is, even in like Colony 4 was a good example, towards Mio and those who, you know, even once we freed a group from the flame clock, they've still lost countless friends. It's not easy to get over things like that instantly. So I was just curious to see how that, you know, is it kind of just a mirrored image, or is there a bit of a different viewpoint from the other side of the war? And how would Noah's group handle it, because we know how impulsive Eunie and Lanz are, as opposed to Mia's a little bit more level-headed. Senna's, I think, like the most innocent character of the group, and then Taion just is Taion. So, we'll see. I think Noah would probably be a little bit more composed about it, but I could easily see us going to an Agnus colony and Eunie and Lanz encountering that same kind of situation and causing a big issue. So,
It's another thing to see it for yourself, right?
What kind of battlefield? Yeah, I was gonna say, this seems like a bit of a wasteland.
This is awful.
It doesn't look recent.
Yeah, this
Been
looks like
here
a bit of an
while.
ancient, like, ruin slash
And the
battlefield.
battle, it must have been massive.
It's not just infantry. I see Pharaonis wreckage strewn all over.
There could be stuff here we can reuse. We should look.
Yeah, good idea. Let's split up and have a look around.
Okay.
Stuff we can reuse, my wings. All this junk is rusted through. Huh? Oh, no love. The connector's the wrong size.
I'm not even entirely sure what we're looking for here.
This one's Kavesi. You've been here for quite a while.
Is that a... Oh, wow, it is. Excuse me?
What is this?
Well, could it be that...
Why is my name on here?
I mean, how long's the war been going on? It's possible that people have had the same name, to be fair. Unless... Oh. What?
Eunie! Did you find anything worthwhile?
Huh?
I said, did you find anything we might be able to salvage?
Okay, hold up. Real quick, I haven't paused any of these cutscenes so far, but that actually begs the question to me, real quick. Is it possible that because they, you know, we obviously know there's the presence of different races and everything in Agnus and Keves, but because they're basically mass-producing soldiers for the colonies for each side that only have a 10-year lifespan, I wonder if it's possible that it's almost like a, I don't know if this is messed up to say, but like a blueprint or something, you know? So, like, had there been actually, like, not just the same name, but, like, multiple Eunies that have, you know, been through their 10-year, however long they survived in the war lifespan. That's a really terrifying thought.
Nope, nothing at all. Not here.
But it's the fact that
Seriously?
she, I don't know, the fact that
You
she
were
kind
here
of,
all
like, echoed
froze,
those memories,
so I
though,
figured
makes
you
me
must
think
have struck
something else is
something
going on.
Come on, help me shift this thing here, would you?
Yeah, all right.
That throws a huge loop in things. That's crazy.
No way that was me. Just someone with the same name as me.
Promise, I don't think it's ever been mentioned directly, like, how long this war's actually been going on. Long enough that they perfected, like, the whole... Like, the whole 10-year lifespan, the whole passing on ceremony, all that stuff was, like, established, clearly set in
Hey!
stone, but...
Over here!
If this is the same world basis, like, when all the continents and everything came together after Xenoblade Chronicles 2, as I had initially thought it was... It's just,
Golden
it's
flame
weird.
clock,
But wrecked. I've never seen one.
A real golden flame clock.
wonder how that's different
Ain't
from the
that
normal ones.
strange? We're talking gold rank. The
Oh, it's
shiny
literally
pinnacle
just a
of
gold
every
rank colony.
colony's ambition. And this is how we find it.
It's a Kavesi, isn't it?
Yeah, has to be.
For all that, I'm not seeing any Agnian corpses
Well, if these-
or weapons.
You know, everyone here has lived
What does it
multiple, you know, short but multiple lives. Was Eunie part of a gold
How
colony
could
that
they
was
have ended
destroyed
up
in the
this
previous
way?
time? And I'm so just confused how we got into a colony 30. Are there really 30 colonies running around? Because that's where Valdi is from. Oh, lovely. Oh, hey Clint, how's it going? Is this... I think this has to be from Agnus, but just based on the, like, the coloring scheme and everything, I just... Where did it come from? Does have a lot of health. Yeah, it's crazy though. If this, I'm still just, I can't get my head off that. If the idea that, if that really was a previous life of Eunie, like, it's just, that's crazy. What confuses me is that she was able to like reconnect to those memories after touching that. It looked like a, it almost looked like the equivalent of like dog tags for soldiers, or something to that effect, but... Interesting. But you're taking a lot of damage here. I'm also wondering when we unlock, I don't think I've quite hit the point with the Lanz Senna interlink or the Eunie Taion interlink, but I think I've actually just about hit the point where I have the points to potentially do a few more upgrades on the interlink as far as that skill tree goes for Mio and Noah, just from like off-stream grinding and everything. But a lot of them are locked, and I'm trying to figure out if that's for story progression or if there's side quests or something to that effect. So it could be. Let's see. And now that I'm sitting here, I realized I forgot to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it was lead with attack on chain attacks. The supports can't finish out the... like, they're not supposed to go past 99, although I do think... I was still super confused, because when we used the support hero Valdi, it let us go straight up to 100. But I'm pretty sure the order we're generally going to be doing is attacker, healer if we need the extra attacker points, and then finish off with the defender. I could be wrong. I know this was explained to me like the first stream we did on this game, when they introduced chain attacks. I just really wasn't paying attention. Let's see. I never know too, do we need to be reducing aggro here? Because like Eunie's one of her current healers and she's pretty hurt. I mean, a lot of times I just want to be greedy and go straight for the damage, but I'm not sure if that's the correct choice. And I'm wondering when we get a different hero. I'm running Xeon right now just because that's the most recent hero we got. I could run Valdi if I feel like we need another healer. But honestly, I'm kind of tempted to just... I was going to run just the hero as an extra DPS and still run 2-2-2. But... we don't have a DPS hero right now. And I have no idea when we get Ethel back or what the next few heroes we get will be. Looks like we've done a decent chunk of damage. It's just any boss enemy, it feels like it takes so long to chew through, whether we use chain attacks or not. It's kind of crazy. It's just one of those things that, to me, it feels like it just makes it dangerous simply because if at any point both your healers go down, you're probably going to lose the fight if the fight isn't about to end. Whereas if just one goes down, you know, they can revive each other, it's not usually a huge issue. We're taking a pretty hefty chunk of damage here. Just interlink again. I still haven't figured out, like, there's still so much about this game that I really just haven't pinned down, like, when's the best time to interlink. Interesting, I don't think we've had all 3 interlinks on the field in ever, actually, I'm wondering. They don't last for super, super long. I'm hoping as we get longer in this go I know you can slow heat gauge buildup. With, you know, some of that, the launch animation always looks so fun in these games. But I know you can slow heat gauge build up, which allows you to kind of stand interlink for a little bit longer. I'm still trying to figure out what classes I like on everyone too. I've wondered if it's best to keep everyone on like the... Because you'd think, for example, like Mio started out on, you know, a tank, defender build with her ring weapons. But I don't mind having her on attacker with like the evade as those extra fusion skills. You know? We'll see. Okay, well, the evade really helped me there, let me tell you. That's awkward. I'll just let him revive me. I haven't been much of one for like switching between characters a whole lot in the middle of the fight. I know it's probably a good way to play and like optimize everything. But I've been quite enjoying just like, I'm gonna play this character for like, you know, 4 or 5 battles and switch off type thing. But this chain attack should hopefully finish off the fight. I'd have to imagine. Doesn't hurt to get some heals in though. I do wonder if we're gonna get an explanation as to where this came from, because these are supposed to be the ruins of a Kavesi colony, based on what they're talking about, and then something just showed up that is very clearly not. You know? Interesting. I also still don't know what Armor Fail does. I can see that it puts a buff up on the left side on everyone when we use it. But... eh. I'm genuinely trying to remember too. I could not remember last stream. We got Xeon towards the end. I can't remember if we actually met Xeon before we left Colony 9. The only one I strangely remembered was the big guy. That was like super serious. That's because he was the one that kind of introduced us into those Collectopedia cards. And that's the only reason I remembered who that was. But a lot of the other faces just kind of were a blur to me because we were so new to the game and the scene that I was just kind of trying to figure out what was going on. I was still trying to remember the main party's names at that point. That being said, though, it was nice to kind of go back in free colony. I didn't know how early it would be. It was the 3rd colony we ended up saving, so still relatively early on. I don't think we should... I mean, we should win the fight off this anyways, but I don't think I did this correctly. To get the last... Yeah, we won't hit 100%. That's fine. Been trying to make sure that I finish all 3 every time.
Just one stray leveness. Barely worth the effort.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be what did this colony in.
I see. It was revenge. Commander, you did it.
So this
Hmm.
works on its own?
Yes,
Interesting.
that's a standard castle issue autonomous Sentry Levnis. It doesn't
Castle
need
issue,
human
huh?
operators.
Wonder if that means they're rare.
Hey, this symbol. It's Lambda's, right?
Huh? Taion, weren't you with?
We need to get away from here. Though it was unmanned, it's sure to have transmitted
Yeah, I
its
was gonna say, I'd
combat data to the
imagine
colony.
if it's a
They might
drone or
even
something
be able
similar to
work out
that,
we're the ones it was fighting.
they're gonna be coming out for us.
Right.
And we still, like,
Well, don't reckon there's anything more of use
I don't
here.
know to what
Let's
extent.
go.
It's just weird to me because
Gotcha.
Colony 4 was basically under a vice group control from one of the
Yeah.
Mobius consuls. But then Colony 30 was basically being, Valdi was being blackmailed. Colony 9 didn't seem to be under strict mind control. It seems like it varies from console to console. Different members of Mobius have like a very... poor Eunie.
Eunie?
It'll be alright, Eunie. We'll figure something out. I can understand why what she saw definitely shook her up, though. But it just makes me wonder, are the same... Because I think it was Taion mentioned at one point that the first console we ran into looked very, very similar if they weren't the exact same console from one of their colonies. So again, it just begs the question, are they kind of in that same state where it's just
Need to make some distance.
varying really heavily from colony to colony, or...
I'm with you. Shall we try climbing a bit higher up the mountain?
He's confused. And I'm really dreading running to, like, an actual, like, I'm sure there's gold rank colonies still running around. Like, with how powerful Ethel was and how, like, decently strong her colony was, knowing that they were only, I'm pretty sure it mentioned they were, literally silver. I mean, she was named Silver Code Ethel. Makes you wonder just how powerful the higher ranking members could be. Snap, okay. What's Taion got to say? Connie Lambdas. Okay, well, that answers my question from the beginning of the stream, too. Looks like we're going to be running into Agnians pretty soon. Is that how you say it, Agnus? Agnians? I believe so. Close as a patrol. Resting. Okay. Well, there was a resting spot right there, I think it said.
If you're feeling tired, we should rest here.
I wonder, is this a spot where resting progresses the main story? Let's maybe do... I know we had 2 side quests from last time that we did after the hero quest because they were super high level by comparison. Do you have any information? Okay. Let's see, I think... we have like 1 level here. Okay. Continue. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know if we can miss out completely on side quests or anything like that. So I prefer to do them at least somewhat in a decent order. How many gems does I have? 13 gemstones. These I'm pretty sure I should just be trying to craft whenever I can. I could use Nopon coins for it, but I still don't know what all we can use Nopon coins for. Because it's gold for these. I don't know if there's any point that you can exchange between gold and silver. And then for silver, I know you can use to like level up your class ranks. Maybe for later on when I'm trying to get through those a little bit faster.
Nothing
And
of
then
worry?
you can use them for Collectopedia
Okay,
cards.
let's
But
go.
let me... That's the wrong button. Double check. Now that we can fast travel to this point and we know... I actually really like it when it's a rest to progress the main story because it lets you kind of make sure you're at a point you want to be at. Yeah, these are the 3 hero quests. I've also been wondering if there's more hero quests beyond, like... Because obviously we're going to have something to do with Ethel later on. Given that she didn't stay with us. But, like, Valdi and Xeon, since they're kind of staying with us, or at least... I know Xeon said, if you ever need help, come call on me. Are we going to have more quests later on down the road for them? Where was it? So... Right here, Valdi. Yeah, let's, maybe we'll just do, like, this one real quick. I am genuinely really eager to kind of progress the main story, but... Like I was saying, I just don't want to progress too far and then miss out on a whole bunch of stuff. if it's not possible to go back and do them again. But I believe these are both quests that stemmed from that first little bit of information we got right when we recruited Baldy, pre-Colony 30.
We've made some new friends.
Keep forgetting to talk to them. Yeah, I was really surprised that it was kind of like this base seems a little bit more stationary. Just because, for example, Colony 4 is the best example. That one seemed like it was really built to be like an almost mobile fortress. Aaron and her team have contact. So. Well, they did say information in these colonies would be updated pretty often. And based on the sound of that, we might have another side quest here to go rescue that group. Look at make a friend. Oh, Valdi's just running around here too. Seriously, Radix officer successor. Yeah, I've been wondering, is there only one officer per colony? Because they made it really sound like, I'm pretty sure they actually specifically said at one point Noah was the Colony 9 officer. And that conversation as well makes it sound like it's literally like one per colony position. Which is interesting. Anyway, let's talk to Ben real quick. Colonist pilots, huh? It's another case of just trying to... Who knows? I don't know if this... I mean, it's a video game, so there's a chance there's actually some kind of truth to the Eunie's. I know Eunie mentioned... It was something about, I believe, collecting 7, you get a wish or something like that. Makes you wonder. Lapro? No, huh? Oh, and Ben has information. Okay, this is about that Aaron person.
That sounds pretty serious.
Huh. That is really far away.
That's how they're doing.
I wanted to go see, there's the other information. I was gonna say, both of the information topics we got there. That Nopon's... Oh, so the new officer is a Nopon. Interesting. Huh. Well, the Nopon seem to fill the roles of most non-combative roles to some extent. I mean, with us alone, we have the, you know, a chef and a mechanic. Where was the canteen here? Here it is. Just discuss those real quick.
Let's rest and heal up.
I don't know if I have a food book active either, actually. I did not. I think it's easier just to pay a load of gold and get
Thanks for the food.
some of these free ones real quick. I actually don't think I have. I think I checked while I was doing some of my off-stream grinding, and I don't actually think I have most of the materials
I
to
needed
do
that.
a lot of our actual campfire cooking meal buffs. Although this one's just buffing drop rates, which is fine by me, honestly.
Shall we put our
Yeah,
heads
both of them
together
just give
on
us more
this?
side quests. Oh, was it not actually the officer? Yes. Ah, that poor Nopon. Yeah, everyone has to start somewhere. I certainly wasn't good at the flute or the saxophone or any of the instruments I play when I first started out. Yeah, there are a ton of side quests, let me tell you. Let's just do this,
Shall we put our heads together?
well,
on
let's get this other one discussed, but I'm just gonna do this Clover one that we were on and then maybe get back to the main story then. Because I was thinking it was just gonna be the 2, I didn't realize we were gonna come back to Colony 30 and find 2 more. Desert. Yeah. I was gonna say, just because we just destroyed the Colony 30 flame clock doesn't mean the information's been spread and everyone kind of gets it. I'm still wondering where the other... They mentioned that the sword, I guess within Noah's weapon that he uses to cut through the flame clocks, is one of like 7 legendary weapons. What happened to the other 6? You know? Just been curious about that. It's convenient that I have this. This is one of the unique monsters that we... I think we killed this thing on stream last time, actually. Nice little travel point to get here. Oh. I mean, how many are there here? I think Eunie said... Yeah, I was gonna say... I mean, I think Eunie said she only had like 2 or 3 at one point. Two fortune clubs. I have no idea what they look like, gonna be honest. Well, we can just run around, see what we find.
Something so valuable here.
There's a quest marker on the ground, but I think that's just for the general area, which is a little bit confusing.
Better give it a good once over.
There was a landmark here, and I never... It's awkward. Trying to figure out if I can get on top of this. Yeah, just a shovel sign. I wonder if you can actually literally dig in this game. It's a tooth clover.
This is something decent, right?
Oh. So there wasn't a... Okay, so once we got close enough, there was a quest symbol over it. That's good to know. I guess we'll just keep running on. You know what? Now that I'm getting to the near the edge here, I can see... Yeah, there's actually a green circle here. I don't think we can get on top of this cliff here, so... Huh. Interesting. Well, I didn't pass it. Let's at least go to the outer edge here. Circle.
Whoa, got a rare dude all right here.
Okay, come on, it's got to be around here somewhere. I was hoping this was gonna take like maybe 30 seconds. I guess to be fair, they're supposed to be pretty rare, so people like Eunie and everyone would be hunting them if they were easy to find. Granted, the first one we found was literally just sitting in the middle of the field, but you know, surely it's got to be on top of these rocks if you can get on top of them. Oh, wasn't it just over here?
Well, I'm done gathering.
There's a pretty high chance I'm just blind. Anyway. Why are there so many knock-ons here? Jeez. Wonder if they spawned in because of that discussion we had. That's through. Huh. This is not for the... We thought we were getting this because They're worried about the pilots. Oh, they're good for his braking perfectly. Jeez. I guess this is literally a mechanic colony. I was gonna say that went from really sad to a bit comedic in
Oh, so that's how they're doing.
about one sentence. Anyway, yeah, let's just hurry up there. Oh, can I not? Oh, dang it. I thought I'd be able to teleport back to this rest site here. It's fine. Let's progress the main story. I think at the rate we'll do things are going, we'll do side quests here and there, like I was saying, but maybe I'll just dedicate a stream eventually just to doing side quests. I'm just really hoping I don't hit a point where I just can't do them anymore. I would think that's probably not the case. The worst case scenario, I think, is we hit ones that require certain like heroes to be with us, but I don't know if any other heroes leave our party temporarily. But I can't imagine there'd be anything else gatekeeping it unless it's either, you know, time or party based. And I don't know if they're going to pull like a chapter. Well, I don't want to spoil. Maybe I shouldn't spoil that, but I don't know if they're going to pull like a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and remove key members of the party for a certain big chunk of time. I would think, though, that at least the main 6 here are probably going to be with us the entire time from here on out.
Just assume they're pushovers.
Should probably be a little bit more. I keep reminding myself I need to go out of my way to kill these lucky enemies here. I don't know exactly how much better drops they get because I haven't been paying attention. But it can't possibly hurt. Ow. Oh wait, I've been running. Oops. I gotta say though, I'm really excited for him when we just have a ton of weapons.
You look great.
You know, just like again, because I mean, that's the wrong one. I mean, like, look at that hero. Not this one, sorry. Look at that hero list. There have to, I mean, that's so many potential weapons. Not as many as there were, say, blades in 2, but that's so many potential options later on down the line. Because once we get that point where maybe I have like half these, what I might just do is say like, okay, I'm just going to play 1 or 2 characters, and then we'll just switch up the weapons even. Because I'm sure part of 100%ing this game is, well, obviously, is getting to rank 10 with everyone. But I've been wondering if that's going to unlock any, like... Because again, if there's extra quests for, like, say, Ethel, if she ever comes back to us, or, you know, progressing further with Xeon or Valdi, do we have to have, you know, rank 10 with specific characters? I know it mentioned there's a way to get to, like, rank 20. I don't know if maybe that's the quest for progressing him as each character, you know? You get maybe to 10 with 2 or 3 people, I'd guess, and then you get the opportunity then to go to 20. I should probably just cave and look up a lot of this stuff, but I'm really enjoying the journey,
Let's rest
honestly.
and heal up.
Anyway. Yeah, not really anything else we need to do. Let's rest up. Like that little scene with Neil playing on with Senna's hair. I was wondering, I've always wondered though, same ever since Bridget was a character, is their hair actually on fire? Or is that just like I just always wondered. I do feel really bad for Eunie though. I can 100% imagine how traumatizing it would be. Because again, if she's lived, or any of the others have lived multiple lives, imagine having all those memories come back to you. Including, you know, most likely your death. Many times. Also begs the question, was she... I mean, I know we obviously witnessed them receiving the power of Ouroboros in this story, But was she Ouroboros in any of those previous lives as well? Or, you know, were members of Ouroboros kind of active to kind of help combat Mobius? Or did Mobius just run rampant? Because, to be fair, we're here now and Mobius is still running rampant. Oh, I thought that just smushed her. Is this just like a... I'm assuming this is just a nightmare of her, like, reliving the scene she... Oh, not the eye. Ugh. And nobody noticed. At this point, I kind of want to just give me Eunie a hug. Oh, hey, Taion. I'm glad that these two are kind of starting to get along better. It kind of makes sense since they're the two that interlink as well. Because it was the one pairing that, like, was a little bit hard to imagine at first. Because Mio and No obviously connected to some extent. And Lanz and Senna are both kind of like the, you know,
Obviously,
straightforward
this is
fighters
a
of the group.
A rare flower from the Urian Mountains.
Uriah!
Extracted.
Oh,
Wow,
okay.
Look at you. Sounds like a hobby.
I remember Uriah. That's interesting. So this
Yeah.
is a similar landscape to what it was before.
Like I said, practical. Clever
Dang,
work.
every time I play games in a series like this, it was the same
Oh.
thing with 3 Hosts versus 3 Houses. It just makes me want to
Nice.
go back through and play through
I did.
2 again.
Mine do that too.
Huh?
I put down my weapon, look around at my companions, and feel relief. Thinking, finally, another day down. Then I think of tomorrow and the tremors are back. Will I see the same faces when I wake? Will I even be around to see them?
Easier with the mark, I suppose. You know when it's coming. But when you're in a scrap,
Can you really speak for them though? For someone nearing the end?
huh?
Because I couldn't tell you. All we can possibly do is wonder what it's like. What can one feel? Contentment, perhaps? Or sheer horror?
I'd really hope it's not fear.
Yeah.
Me
Well, I
too.
think before they were aware of everything... Oh, his is on his hand. I was wondering.
That's just it.
I think before they were aware of everything going on, it was almost like... Yeah, I'd been wondering too, because they mentioned that concern, Senna and Taion, way back when we were choosing a path through the desert. And I mean, I've mentioned it so many times because it's on my mind, because I like Mio.
Shouldn't we just hoof
But-
and blitz through as quick as we can?
Nah.
It was almost
I
like
reckon we ought to
everyone was
avoid
almost
spots where those
excited,
Mobius
content to
sickos can get
be
the jump on us.
having actually, you know,
Unless I'm
made it, like they
mistaken,
said, through their 10th
This
term
region is under the control of Lambda.
without having passed in
That
battle.
is the colony I originally
But now
belonged
that
to.
they know everything that's going on,
You don't
it's
say.
Then
almost the opposite.
the Levinus yesterday.
Yeah. It was colony Lambda's, definitely.
Isn't that bad for us?
Hmm, maybe.
All right. So you know this area.
I took part in seizing this area.
Oh, okay.
All right then. Any suggestions?
Oh,
Come on.
let's see. There should be some nearby tunnels we could use.
Sounds good to me. We might still get enemies. But underground, at least we won't have to worry about lunking for Oronuses and that.
Huh.
Tunnels. Thrill of explore. Riku already on treasure scent.
Seems like that's the way to go then.
One moment. These tunnels have been disused for a long time. There's a very real risk of a cave-in. If it comes down to it, escape options may also be in short
To be
supply.
fair, escape options
Nah,
are going to be in
nah,
short
nah.
supply if we run
You're
into
the
a
one who
billion
came out with
Loveness.
it. Unless you got any other plans? You better not want us to just camp out here forever.
No, obviously.
All right, let's back it up. Any route we can take will have some attendant risk or other. At this point, I'll settle for any choice that makes our lives easier. Enough with the doom-mongering. Just keep it positive. Things will work out somehow.
Mimi, what's up with you? Sounds like little Miss Senior's decided to pull rank, eh? Roger that, Mom.
Oh, shut up already.
Right.
That's
go.
pretty funny.
We'll check out those tunnels.
Hey, wait for me.
It looks like we have to loop around here.
The great sword's coming to view.
Wait, the Great Sword from Sword March? Are we really already making it there?
Better give it a good one.
I was kind of under the impression that was like the end game, like we were searching for some kind of like civilization or something out at Sword March. I'd be a little surprised if we already made it there. What did we just aggro? Oh. Let me tell you guys though. Honestly, I did not know that there was a auto battle mechanic. I probably won't use it on stream, but I had no idea there was an auto battle mechanic until I accidentally hit minus in the middle of battle towards the end of last stream. Makes off-stream grinding real easy. I can just watch you too.
That was pretty much what I expected.
I'd say we were moving in sync, right, Taion?
Let's grab this Ether channel. Right here.
play around. I'm the one you want.
I think after this battle we'll change characters though. I just really like I actually don't have a preference for what character I'm actually actively controlling. I don't think it matters. But I'm not a huge fan of playing healer. Which next down the line would be Eunie, so I guess we'll be playing healer for a bit. But I actually really like just Ethel's weapons. I like the dual sword thing. I think that's part of the reason why I like Ethel so much is and I think I've mentioned this before, but like in Souls games and stuff, I'm always the type to use like great swords like Lanz's original weapon. But aesthetically, I've always really liked some of the aesthetics I've always really liked are like
Girl with the gun.
dual swords and then the actual like angel
Let's harvest some ether.
kind of archetype. I remember back when I played MTG in school with friends. Really liked that that grouping of cards. It's kind of the same reason why I just like Mio's design. Oh, there's another lucky enemy. Wasn't that first Ferris we fought also a lucky enemy? I wonder what the... I mean, they say lucky, but I feel like every time you go into an area, there's at least one or two. This makes me wonder.
Too easy. Gotta hand it to you, Taion.
As far as ranks go, I know... Yeah, I very quickly fell out of the idea of trying to level everyone like to rank 10 on a given weapon then switch out. Let's see if we... Do I have another tank weapon that Taion hasn't mastered, actually? Yeah, he hasn't mastered this.
I'll
Okay.
provide the perfect defense.
Here you get. Gotta hand it to
I
you,
think worrying
Taion.
about having variety too,
Herbal tea.
like having everyone use a different weapon and then having 2-2-2, it'll be less of an issue once we have more heroes. So, I won't worry about it too much for now. Let's get everyone to 10 on as many classes as we can.
That unfounded confidence of yours. I almost wish I could take some.
I'd rather do something than sit farting about for hours and then do nothing anyway. I like my way better.
Yeah.
That sounded rather pointed.
Oh, did it? Anyway, I'm not confident. I just have to keep moving. That's all.
I don't get you.
I mean, yourself. Why do you always take a back seat?
Huh?
I don't think either of the philosophy is just straight up wrong, but... My gosh. Taion's actually trying to open up here, and I feel like Lanz is just
he
straight
likes
up
to say, "Don't blame yourself."
antagonizing
He knows why I
him.
can't stay still, and he gets it. All right. Tells me it's not healthy. Yeah. But it's easier said. Anyhow, not like I can just wish him back. I mean, what else can I do? That's how it goes. Same deal with you, right? Nah, to be fair, that whole prudent shtick of yours got its merits.
Well, that's the opposite of what you said before.
I guess I'm taking it back then.
Nah, jokes aside, this is actual, like, character development. I don't mind it. Like I was saying, like, even if members like Senna and Mio and Noah kind of were able to drop their walls immediately, not everyone would be able to, you know?
Whoa, got a rare dude, all right.
And if anything, I actually genuinely do understand Taion's mindset more than... as far as, like, how I would maybe approach this type of situation, which is... maybe why I dislike it. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But it is an interesting contrast. Lanz's whole ideology of, I don't have any choice but to move forward, so I'm just going to keep trying to even if I don't know what I'm doing. Whereas Taion's trying to take the calm, measured approach, and that's not always the answer either.
Whoa, got a rare dude, all right here.
Oh my gosh. Let's try and collect some. I've just genuinely given up on collecting everything on the ground because there's so much stuff. The Pentalus region, huh? Oh. It's a whole nother loading screen, huh?
Never seen this place before.
Garf mine truck. Wonder if we can just like get in a minecart. Typical video game aesthetic, just ride one all the way through. Yeah, the Orion tunnels. Interesting. This reminds me of
Yeah, no chance of any Levnesses following us inside
that
here.
like dark,
We
like
can but hope.
with like weird bright lights on the walls. I can't put my name on what the name of it was, but that does remind me of a specific area into. Like, I'm really excited. It makes me wish that I had played one as well to maybe make some of these connections. Because some of the areas I don't know, I'm wondering if they were from
Let's
one.
go carefully.
Indeed.
Budurai is like the
I
first
want
big
to be
name
out
that I
of here as fast as
recognize.
possible,
Kind of makes
but
me
haste
happy,
will only
actually.
spell trouble.
This place rich in ore and gemstone. Speed is of essence. All treasure will belong to Riku.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Riku seem mighty excited.
Gemstone have many use. They're probably useful later to us.
I wonder if there's more gemstones than just the ones we have. You know, that core set that you can then upgrade and rank up.
Riku
Or if it is
sound
just that core set and you rank them up a bunch of times.
Took to be cool and brooding type.
It's something of a hobby.
Well, everyone has their hobbies.
Oh,
Things that get them excited.
Hobby of Manana is cooking.
I mean, it's also your
Well,
job,
well.
but... Oh my gosh.
Riku, if we find any nice gemstones, should we bring them to you?
If friends get chance, then please. Gemstone with good potential will be good investment for future.
I don't think we're just gonna happen across priceless gemstones. But
Yeah.
okay.
You'd wonder, you know, this is one of those areas that hasn't been
Not
mined
very
multiple times over time.
pacifistic, and don't fight, but would hate not to lend support.
Mhm.
If Manana fight, that mean Manana not become burden?
Don't you worry
you're
about
fine.
things like that.
I was a little bit surprised though,
Everyone
just
has their
because
bits.
Tora fights and had, you know, Poppy and everything.
If Manana could interlink, Manana surely to be of good use.
Are we gonna get a Manana
If we could
Riku
do such
interlink?
thing, would have done ages ago.
Would be pretty funny.
Right. Anyway, getting out of these tunnels is the main priority. But let's keep an eye out for any ore along the way.
Mm.
We can't afford to overlook anything that might help us later.
Understood. That good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. I'll give you a hand.
Even Lanz? That turned up for the books.
Always good to have a few favors to call in, yeah?
Riku knew it.
It's pretty funny. Oh, hero quests. Oh, is Riku playable? If that's a hero quest, I will actually go out of my way, I was going to say, to do the hero quests. The side quests, the more and more I think about it, the more and more just doing like a side quest stream or two at some point kind of appeals to me with how many appear to be showing up. But the hero quests I want to do when they show up. Get access to those extra weapons and everything as soon as possible. Even if this elevator is still functional, do we really trust it? I wouldn't trust some random elevator in the middle of an old cave.
It need electricity. But if no ether cylinder, no electricity.
We have like 14 on us, don't we?
Let's have a look around, shall we?
That sounds like a plan.
Startup elevator. Oh, okay. There's a rare enemy in the way too. I'm genuinely... I didn't think Riku was going to be a playable character, honestly. They made everything point towards the idea that... And to be fair, again, like, Tora served that kind of mechanic role as well, and 2 for the party. But it was a little bit more explainable when Tora had used those skills to create a blade, you know, Artificial Blade Poppy. Who... I still remember how broken the third form, I think it was Poppy Cutie Pie. It's kind of insane, actually. I remember I actually underutilized Poppy at first because I didn't quite... I thought the idea of customizing a blade for like different elements and everything was interesting. But it just wasn't something that I'd initially thought about. And then I remember as I reached endgame, especially while I was farming out legendary cores and everything, I was like, wow, this is really broken. My favorite strategy by the end was still to just use the constant reset on the blade arts for Mithra and Pyra. Because it was really easy to do. But... I remember for like those really, really tough endgame and like DLC battles, the third form of Poppy was actually kind of crazy. Still crazy to me though, like, yeah, this is an elite, but the idea that we're still, some of our characters are coming close to dying. And they're getting low health against just rank and file enemies that we're at least a couple levels ahead of is kind of scary. It really makes me wonder how hard mode is.
That room's kind of suspicious, eh?
We might be able to go in from the other side.
You guys have no idea how glad I am for the red line. It's not the most accurate thing, but I would get lost so much more in this game, honestly. If it was just like a, hey, go here waypoint, like most video games have. It doesn't matter if it's in real life or games, I have a terrible sense of direction. That would be the quickest way to see me just get lost for a long time. And you know, I said I was going to start playing another character and then forgot. But Eunie here, but I think Eunie's actually on Valdi's weapon right now, isn't she? Yeah. I don't know why, I don't even think it really looks like one. But every time I see Valdi's weapon, I just think giant glue gun. It doesn't even look like one, I just can't help it.
I'm just gonna lie here and
Once
you
my brain
can't
makes a
stop me.
stupid connection like that, it doesn't go away. Can I actually? Oh wow. Nice.
I definitely feel stronger.
I should probably save too.
Just part of the protocol, innit?
No, I'm
Okay, good as new.
I'm like 99% certain clean clothes is just aesthetic, but
Let's go.
Yeah, okay. Huh. Yeah, as far as I understand, surely this hero quest, based on the icon and everything, has to be Riku being playable. I'm just curious how that's going to... Like, what weapon would Riku use?
It moved!
Now, elevator, behave self.
Oh.
Nice job, Riku. Always good to have a grease knop on that knows their way around techie things.
This piece of pollen orb for Riku.
Okay, let's go.
I don't know if I need to be worrying about fighting some of these enemies. You know, like, as in like the whole... I know a lot of games will have that deal where like you want to kill at least one of every enemy. Or I don't know what... It's really hard to tell like what specific drops I'm getting when there's so many things. Like just collecting things as we go. And then drops from enemies. It's hard to tell because you pick them up so fast and there's so much. Then I'm not able to keep like a catalog in my head like I am with some games of... Oh, this is new stuff. Let's farm some here.
Let's ash 'em up, yeah?
Manana, help with
Oh.
fighting! Huh?
Wait, do we get both of them as heroes? You were able to fight this entire time?
Don't be so rash.
Oh no! Manana, stop!
Oh.
Manana cannot stop talking mid-space!
Oh no, is she about to like fall off a... Ooh.
Manana, are you okay?
Oh, it's the, you know... She's a little confused, but she's got the spirit. I'm sure she's fine. Maybe. Yeah, okay.
Manana is fine! Only heart go pitter-patter.
That's not a good thing. We call that having a stroke.
Just watching you made my heart go pitter-patter.
Seriously, Manana, that was wild.
Phew. I'm glad you're safe anyway. See?
I'm confused though. Is it
Is
Manana we get as a hero? Is it Riku? Is it both?
Manana rush in like crazy pond just to prove that?
It's important to demonstrate through action.
Okay.
Manana did not just throw pot, threw whole self along with it.
I threw the whole kitchen sink at him.
A special heavy-duty pot, also for self-defense.
I thought it was...
Exclusive Nop-on brand.
It looks like a wok. Almost. And why is it shining if it's a cooking pot?
That not a thing.
Manana, you have to understand that poor Riku was worried about you.
Oh.
It's truth.
Not so much truth.
That's very considerate. But Manana is really fine.
Yeah, that's right. Worrying too much isn't good for you either.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why Riku not worry.
Your blushy little cheeks aren't fooling anyone. Don't be ashamed.
Blushy crushy, or whatever it was Toro used to say.
No shame here. Noah, please come to defense of Riku.
You just didn't want your friend to be hurt. Shall we leave it at that? But Riku's right. No more crazy antics in the name of helping each other
All
out.
we've done is crazy antics. What do you mean? It's been like this entire journey.
To do crazy antic in future.
Then it's settled. Let us descend.
Later, every time we go to a new colony, you combine with Mio and then huck yourself out of flame clock and cut it in half. Yeah, not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting that though. It's pretty funny.
Push this thing here and...
Okay, but seriously, though, would you ever get into something like this? Because this to me spells death trap.
Off we go.
Alright, I guess Eunie's just leaving everyone.
Manana sure has a wild side, huh?
I was as shocked as you were.
Oh.
Huh? Is it just me, or is that rock sparkling?
Oh, maybe is...
I really didn't think it was gonna be that obvious.
Just
Oh,
ordinary
okay.
rock.
It doesn't look very... It looks like it's wrapped in, like... You know, like those candies that are wrapped in, like, really shiny, like, red, green, like, yellow paper? That's what that looks like to me.
I can't tell them apart.
That's okay. That's what Riku here for.
It's
Oh,
a
okay.
good thing you're with us, Riku.
Leave to Riku. First, Riku and friends search area.
Okay.
Something so
That looks the exact... Okay. I guess that was maybe the point.
Isn't this one?
It looked like, but is not. Observe here
Intensity of
precisely.
luster.
Intensity of luster grow dim.
Well, Riku is the expert.
Okay, I believe you.
But is not useless. Keep hold for now.
What, the entire thing? We're gonna start carrying boulders around with us? Like the food?
It's hard to tell the difference between ore and a gemstone.
That's why Riku's were invented, innit?
I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference, honestly. It all looks the same to me.
Well, we've been
Oh,
found.
we just aggro.
I'm the one you want.
In all honesty, the entire point I was doing the off-stream grinding was the idea that I could not have to fight everything in every area on stream. But we'll see. Either way, we're still getting XP, still getting CP.
I'm the girl with the
Oh my gosh.
I'm the one you want.
cheers, you're a
Yeah. One thing that I definitely need to try and keep in mind, though, is not to just immediately run in and cancel all my attacks and my arts as the healer.
That was spectacular.
As well as just, I'm still trying to figure out the range of healing on every unit. It's really hard for me to tell.
Deal with it.
Because I think I mentioned this last stream, but sometimes I'm just randomly not healing the people that are low health. But I can't tell where they are in the midst of everything going on. I mean, we alone, will, alongside the hero, are going to be bringing 7 units onto the field every single fight. Let alone if we're fighting multiple enemies.
That was spectacular.
I'm the girl with the gun.
I do think it makes being a healer, though, a lot more interesting and interactive. Because in all honesty, I just never played Nia in 2 because it just didn't
But is useful.
feel like a good
So
idea
Riku
because of
take
it. And now stone, okay. But overall, everything I've seen so far does feel like, especially gameplay-wise,
Me neither.
everything was really well thought out for this game.
So it wouldn't feel so useless.
Like, I quite like it. We might fight that elite. Let me see if I can just climb
be
that
time for
elite.
dinner soon,
This
right?
ladder here.
Whoa, visitors.
Okay, well. Can I get off the ladder? Oh, we did aggro it. Hmm. Okay, I wonder if this is what we're looking
This
for.
is not one.
Oh? This might be valuable at a later
Okay.
time. So we
I was
should
wondering if we were going to find something like super valuable here, since it is the hero quest, or,
Okay, got it.
you know, whatnot. Okay.
You think we're really gonna
Will I
find
die if
what
I just...
Riku's after?
Oh, we're fine.
Doesn't seem like we'll find anything here. We might have to go deeper.
Fossils, huh?
Shall we deal with this? I'm the one you want.
Cheers,
To be
you're a
aggro.
gem.
Oh.
Uppercut slap. I'll draw them.
Smooth as always, Noah. Heal bullet, hidden draw. Overball.
I think it's just these flying little like bat-like creatures. I was thinking at first that if their names were grayed out, that's probably like, okay, we don't have to worry nearly as much about aggro. I think those flying creatures just tend to aggro a lot
Right, Mimi?
harder. The design of this area reminds me of the area that, again, I don't remember names, but I remember there was a part of 2, whereas right before you reach like an abandoned factory, I think it was, for the first time, there was like an area you could, it was the weirdest thing. Like you had to go straight through, like I remember a building built into like a cliffside. And what everyone just ended up doing was they hopped down through an area with a ton of high-level enemies and just ran through like madmen. Yeah, I can't remember the names of most things in that game by now for the life of me, but I can still visualize them a lot. Just brings back good memories. I haven't seen a soldier's husk in a while, actually. This one looks like an Agnian soldier. Oh yeah, that's a new symbol. Interesting. Let's take on this. Okay,
Fight with focus.
Stay on your toes.
Another thing about these range weapons that has disappointed me a bit is there's obviously a little bit more range to them than the melee weapons. But like looking at this weapon here, see if I can get a good angle, you would think it has a good amount more range than what it actually feels like it does.
Riku seemed to find great joy in rocks. He picked up so many.
My grandpa was a geologist.
Gemstone and ore are different from normal rocks scattered around. And ore we pick up from before have great utility.
Manana not rock scientist.
Don't worry,
You can
neither are
identify them
we.
all, Riku. You sure know a lot about rocks.
Riku know a thing or two.
Don't be modest. You've got skills, mate. You should be an appraiser.
Cease with flattering.
Yeah, I mean, it's a skill that,
It's
if
not
the war
flattery,
ever ends,
it's
could
good
be
to have a hobby.
more valuable than being like a
Manana in
mechanic on like Loveness.
It's pretty good that we were able to come out rock collecting, huh, Riku?
Ore and gemstone, not rock. From supply material to maintenance work, that's Riku's job. It's
And I bet
solemn
Riku didn't have a whole lot of
responsibility to
chances
keep
when we were
enforcement
with Colony 9,
equipment in
you know?
tip-top order so everyone can come back
I mean,
alive.
how often were we going to be in the middle of a mine?
Just doing own job, not like Lanz.
Why is every game nowadays, this happened 3 Hopes too, why is everybody so passive-aggressive towards each
I'm
other?
pretty much, almost, sort of doing it.
It's funny, just...
Wow, you really give yourself a lot of responsibility, Riku.
Too much talking. Out of Riku's character.
Not at all. Understanding each other better isn't a bad thing, is it?
That right. Become better friends is important.
I wonder if for quests like this though, I just... So for a second there, just seeing Zeon just standing there in the back, saying nothing. It just makes me laugh, because I'm sure if you have... I mean, they're not going to give any of the heroes dialogue, probably, because I'm sure you could technically not be using hero, if I understand right, at any given time. So they just have them stand in the background.
To become better friends, right? That's exactly true. Learning about each other very important deal. Ah, Manana has idea. Next, Manana will show favorite thing.
Okay.
Next, it's not about taking turns.
Fate, breath, and readiness. Manana show you her specialty.
Is your specialty
You
not
learn
cooking?
soon. Over there is good place. Time for break.
Okay. There's definitely a lot more depth to these mines that we're finding in these hero quests. I wonder if we would have gone this deep into the mines if we hadn't been doing this hero quest, if we just continued with the main story here.
You know, you've got to take regular breaks.
I really doubt we have any. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that for now. I don't know at what rate we're really getting the bonus XP, in all honesty.
So tasty. Nothing like a
Okay, it was
hearty meal to
good.
keep you going for the long haul.
It even wakes you up somehow.
Endless rations are so boring. You need to spice it up like this.
Manana couldn't agree more. Taion only cooked tragedies, so Manana worked hard to let
Oh my gosh.
First I've heard of it.
I can't cook either, but that's really funny.
Very horrible.
Actually, my cooking just focuses more on efficient absorption of
Oh,
nutrients
no.
and convenient portability.
That does sound rather horrific.
And I've actually optimized it.
You mean it used to be even worse?
Hey now, I like Taion's cooking. It's
Unique. That's the compliment you get on your cooking when you know it's really bad, but they're trying to be nice.
Swallow it down quickly and you'll probably be fine.
Do you really think you're helping?
Oh
Is
my
there second
gosh.
helping?
Oh yeah?
What?
What's this, Riku? Your favorite food or something?
Is not favorite. Is taste of Manana hard
Oh,
work.
okay.
And is rude not to clean plate.
actually Manana seasoned with frazzle fish to bring out hidden flavor. Manana, please, Riku notice.
Okay.
Mare. Riku not know that actually.
You not know? Well, Manana only happy you know now. And Manana bring Riku whole mountain of seconds.
And you think he minds?
It was so good he had seconds. And Manana knows how much he liked to cook it. I don't see the problem.
Yeah, it's fine.
She was so happy.
I think her ability to accept people's words up front is one of her best points.
Yeah, honestly, like,
Maybe she's a little too upfront.
nothing wrong with being straightforward, though.
And her air of innocence is characteristic of Noppon.
Upfront and innocent, huh?
I mean, I mentioned I thought Senna was most innocent of the main group, but maybe it is Manana.
Riku is also good honest Noppon.
Sure.
Let's not get into that. You were so serious when you were looking for the ore and gems. It's really good to be able to throw yourself into stuff like that so passionately, like into the things you love.
Everyone needs a hobby.
Senna is good person. It's shame Lanz lacking this quality.
Why are you
Oh
always
my
picking on me?
gosh.
Just up ahead might be Riku's treasure.
Then let's go treasure hunting.
Yes. Riku get mighty whiff of treasure here.
Okay.
Okay, let's have a quick breather and then start the search.
As Noah wish, we definitely find it.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, maybe just because I have such a dry sense of humor, but just the blunt, just
Don't tell me we're crossing here.
just so funny. Yeah, this would terrify me actually.
Way, just try not to look down.
You ever just have one of those video game moments where it's just like, I'm 110% certain it just kills you, but for science.
This can't be happening.
I don't know what I expected. Well, that's about what I expected, but I was gonna say I figured we'd just respawn at the camp. Be honestly, my deal with heights, it's not nearly as bad as it was when I was a kid. I remember the first time I went on like a Ferris wheel. Oh boy. Nowadays this kind of stuff doesn't bother me as much, but in this kind of a situation, yeah, it'd be pretty horrifying. It's these kinds of old things, it's like kind of the thought process of like, oh, it's stood for this long, it's probably stable, and also it's very old. You don't want to be the person who just happened to be the one to step across when it broke. The more and more I look at this weapon, the more and more I think it was designed to be like a giant syringe almost, you know? Which makes sense because it's a healer weapon. I still can't help but think glue gun. I don't even know why, it's just the first thing that popped into my head. Oh, okay.
Huh? Hey, isn't that...
Oh, now that's what Riku call a gemstone.
It's massive.
Manana will bring back!
That's a bat.
Gemstone need careful handling. Riku will also
Since they went through a bunch of monsters right next to it. I'm also not a big fan of the spider webs. That makes me think we're gonna run into more giant spiders.
Riku! Manana!
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's horrifying. Why does it have to... I'm not even gonna say it.
Light on personal record.
Wait there! We're coming! No good. They're coming this way too.
Drop the gem! The monsters seem to be after them.
Oh, I thought Riku was just gonna straight up say no.
Precious thing cannot be
Oh,
thrown
well.
away.
Sorry
Okay.
to bundle Manana up in recklessness of Riku. Manana must throw gemstone over that way.
But it's your treasure, Riku.
We can handle it after the fight, no?
Manana throw, then monsters go also.
Riku giving up too easy.
I still haven't quite pinned down what Riku's weapon's supposed to be.
And also,
You can kind of see it on his back there for a bit,
Riku
but...
say he gets every treasure.
But Nopon not fight.
That's irrelevant.
Okay.
Should become like Theo and Noah. If Riku and Manana work together,
Are they a paired unit? Could that be what this is? I've been wondering this entire hero quest. Is it just Riku? Is it just Manana? Are they separate heroes? This makes me wonder if it's like a just straight up paired hero unit. It's not like we'd be controlling them anyways, so... Huh.
Riku agreed. Riku not give up in this place. Riku here to get treasures and beat monsters.
Yeah, it looks like a gun to me, but...
Manana can be
Not
behind
sure.
that.
Is not yet time.
Or give up.
1, 2.
Huh.
Magnificent success!
It was that easy. They just ran past it.
Nice job.
Oh
you
my
two.
gosh.
What a team!
I'm so glad you made it back.
Manana's sorry for causing worry.
Now we see real Nopon potential.
Okay.
That's right. Maybe it's impossible for one Nopon.
Yeah, are they just a straight up paired unit?
Together fighting is better.
Huh. Did not expect that. Riku and Manana. There it is. That's actually pretty cool. Oh, what a fight to be the healer, right? Oh my gosh. I can't even tell, like, when my... This is a prime example. I can't tell when my attacks are going off to cancel into, to cancel my attacks because there's so much on my screen. There we go. Another thing I haven't worried about though is optimizing. I'm sure eventually it might be important, but I've definitely not worried about like optimizing all my fusion skills every time I change classes. A lot of stuff like that I'm just thinking is probably more important in min-max and hard mode. But for now, I'm not super concerned. I'm also... I don't know if I should be trying to get... I'm sure it'll be fine. I was just thinking, do we need to be focusing down all the little ones? But we are playing the healer. So, not gonna worry about it. Alright, what do we got? Let's grab some healing real quick too. Okay, so they are an attacking unit. I wonder who automatically inherits their weapons and what weapon do they inherit? Like, they're a dual unit. Could it be like the gun and the shield / pot? Be kind of like Zeon's weapon, but with a gun. Let's see.
Leave it to
attack. I was gonna say, if we got one for reducing healer aggro and attacker aggro, I actually might do it here. Because that might help get the pressure off of our, you know, backline here. Because there's so many enemies in this battle right now. Nice. Jeez. What have we got? What are theirs? Increase everyone's TP by 7. Increase. Given that this fight's gonna go for a little bit longer, that does sound really interesting. I'm gonna do the defender aggro up as well as damage up. Because we're only like halfway through this fight here. That did a lot of damage for... Not bad. I think the highest we did so far was like, what, 86k? Yeah, no, me too. Interesting. Well, we're getting there. Not often we get the chance to use the actual, like, special skill for the inner link, actually. Even the boss fights I don't feel have gone long enough a lot of time for that to be necessary. The same thing with the full-on, like, for this weapon is technical heal. It doesn't feel like most fights that, and it just feels like healers generate it so much slower than other units do.
Phew.
Huh.
I didn't know how that was going to end.
Okay.
Right? I was so surprised to see that from Riku and Manana.
I didn't know
I
they
was
could
too,
fight
yeah.
like that.
I was not expecting a dual healer unit, like, at all.
Riku is superior, Nopon. Everyone knows still Nopon run deep.
Come off it, you aren't running anywhere.
But now we know you can fight with us. How reassuring is that?
We're sorry for worry, but we learned that combined power
Okay.
together mean we can fight.
Whoa.
And that's not all. We fetch back
Whoa.
a nice stash of gemstones.
Gosh.
Thanks for doing that, guys.
Yes, getting best treasure is thanks to Riku.
Someone sounds chuffed with himself.
Yeah, well.
Looks like the danger's past for now. Let's keep going.
Right. We're still not out of these tunnels. Keep your guards up, everyone.
Okay.
Manana do Manana's best. You're an asset to the team, you two.
Yeah, it's nice to have another attacker hero here.
Riku just doing job.
And I assume these two here, like, do other heroes leave the party, or is that literally just an Ethel thing? Oh, that was the end of the heroes. Ultra Pure Gemstone. I wonder what that's for. Might be just higher tiers, maybe?
Ace Nopon make friends dead.
Okay, so it is gunship. That's interesting. Senna inherited it. Okay. Yumsmith. Combines offense and AoE support. Use damage link to effectively deal damage. Okay. That is interesting.
You know,
Well, since we just got it, let's go ahead and use it. I've been doing this when we've gotten a new hero class every time, so... Let's see. It's gonna be a little weird changing around all my classes since we haven't maxed out the classes that, like, anyone's on right now, except... Lanz is maxed out his current class, okay. But we'll just give Senna
you line 'em
this,
up,
and then kind of
I'll
move from
knock 'em
there.
down.
Let's see, I guess we could give Lanz
Support ya.
Medic Gunner back. I actually think I'll just keep Taion on this. Actually, that works, yeah. 2-2-2. We only end up switching 2 around. Perfect. Okay. Interesting. It's kind of funny how they are all the heroes. I'm wondering, is every hero leveling up at kind of the same rate? Because we were using, you know, Xeon for such a long time. We used Baldi for a little bit. We really didn't use Ethel for that long. It makes sense though that especially if she leaves the party, they would kind of slowly level up with us as we go so they don't fall too far behind. But, just, yeah, we can use these two for a while. It's interesting that we went back and got this information too, and these are lower level side quests. I mean, a lot of these side quests seem like they're just, you know, resources and XP. No rewards, huh? So that does say it requires here. I wonder, maybe that's what lets you go past 10 on all the class. Oh well. I think I'm gonna wait to do, like, we'll just maybe do a side quest stream every time we stacked up, like, I don't know, 6, 7 or something like that. And then just keep pumping out the main story.
I'm surprised. Riku and Manana.
So where were we? I have no idea what the fastest way to get back out there will be.
Make a good pair.
Actually, it almost seems like this kind of led us in the correct way.
Don't let Riku hear that. He'll make you even moodier than he already is.
Oh yeah, maybe we were already supposed to come down those. That answers my thought earlier too of kind of funny how game design. I mean, I'm sure other people have thought of this too, you know, and the developers especially, but I was wondering as we were doing that quest, I think I mentioned, you know, would we have gone through these parts of the tunnels anyways, and looks like it kind of took us this way anyway. Even if that hero quest wasn't like, I didn't think it was forcing us to do it there. Because I mean, if it didn't force us to do, I thought, well, did it force us to go back and do the calling 911? Trying to remember. What one of these? What do we got? Knock-on coins? Knock-on coins. Let's do it.
Gonna blast them into next week. All set and ready to tumble.
Huh.
Now's your chance.
These spiders are not that durable though, which is nice. I haven't been worried about when I'm playing on healer too much about who I'm targeted on, because I really don't think it matters a whole lot. It's free DPS and stuff, but it's not based on the numbers I can actually pick out. It's more just like make sure you're hitting things so you can cancel and generate arts and everything.
Only you didn't charge off on your own.
Let's fight this lead enemy actually.
Let's end this quickly.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like it's clearly more ranged than a melee weapon on this gun, but it's not like for it being, you know, a gun. You think we'd be able to attack from further away? Yeah, like Eunie having like her fusion attacks right now are AoE sleep, ether defense. Like Eunie really is, I think, suited to be a support unit / healer right now with the fusion skills I have on her. But my thought is like if she's on a tank role or an attacker role, she's still providing that extra support. But it does make sense to me too that like if their original weapon was healer, defender, attacker, they'd be a little bit more suited towards using those classes. But eventually I'd assume with the way the game's kind of set up, you could grind it out so any character could do anything, you know? At which point it'd probably just become preference. One thing I've also been wondering is, yeah, like everyone's got the exact same XP. Is the only way to separate like levels if someone were to, because I think this happened to me in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. If you were to like say in 2, if you were always using the same characters, which I mean at least the core 6 is always with us, could you actually get a level desync if people were dead when you finished a fight, or does everyone always get the XP no matter what? Because I mean at the very least bonus XP is clearly different between characters. And you don't gain classes at the same rate. Even if everyone switched to a new class at the same time, by the time you're hitting rank 10, some of the characters are like 1-2 ranks ahead. Just makes me wonder what influences that. Because, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, we do have different bonus XP on every character. And yet every character seems to be roughly the same, you know? I guess to be fair, the bonus XP, if it takes everyone to the same level, I guess. I'm just rambling, honestly, at this point, but I'm just curious if level desync will ever be a thing because of bonus XP or if the entire playthrough. I also wonder if we're capped at 99 or if, you know, if it'll be like previous games where there will be enemies over level cap, but we still have a level cap.
I'd say we were moving in sync, right, Taion?
You know what? We can actually do. Let's use Riku and Manana's weapon for a bit. Curious what it is. What did we just aggro? How did I aggro that spider? Okay, whatever. Oh, is it a what? I thought it was a. It's a sword. It's another sword and shield class. I thought for sure that was a gun. I wasn't really paying attention during that spider boss fight, but it's interesting that we got 2 sword and shield heroes like back to back, but one's the defender and one's an attacker.
I'd say we were moving in sync, right, Taion?
Can I walk through this? Oh, sick. Okay.
Whoa, visitors!
I'm the one you want.
You didn't disappoint!
So we have side break, similar to Noah's original weapon. Shackle block front attack, continuous spirit gun. Okay. Damage thing. This seems like I think when you're playing actively as the attacker, it seems good to have the ability to initiate break at the very least. Because then the NPCs will kind of take care of the rest if you have the proper skills within your party. Which honestly I haven't worried too much about, but if there's one thing I think I should be making sure I have, it's the ability to initiate break. There we go. Saw like 3 characters rank off. What are they sitting at? 8, 8, 7, 6, 9. Okay, I'm getting there. I wonder if over time it becomes harder to level up classes. I haven't really been paying attention to how much class points we get for fight. But I wonder if, like, later on, newer heroes they require more class points because you're later in the endgame. Or if it's just a set amount per class, for each level. Because if that is the case, it might be wise to save our silver and Nopon coins to get through the harder classes. The random... Okay. I haven't seen a Nopon trader in a good chunk of time, actually. I don't know if I've missed any, but... What have we got? Boost damage to machines... And... Boost damage to... That actually sounds kind of interesting. We'll buy one of each. I don't know if backspace is ever going to be an issue, so for now I'll probably just try and buy one of each accessory. I haven't even been changing my accessories, actually. But I think it's once we hit level 30 we can equip another one, so that could be helpful too. Oh, here we go. Is that poison?
What the? Smoke
Or is it just
screen?
smoke screens?
It smells weird. This, not just normal smoke.
Could be like a sleeping gas too, maybe. Oh, I remember this from the... Oh, which cutscene was it? I know we've seen this in a cutscene before.
Hiding in the smoke.
That is horrifying, actually. That's a really cool lighting effect, though. Not sure it'd be practical if you're going to try and hide in the smoke and then have bright neon lights on your uniforms, but...
My legs.
Oh. Yeah, is it slowing them down?
It's smoke. Don't breathe it in.
Oh.
Who the spark are they?
Soldiers from Agnus, duh!
I know this maneuver.
What is it?
One of Colony 13's little specialties.
13. We met anyone from Colony 13?
So, you've
Trying to
seen
think.
this before? But wait a moment. These mudders are Agni.
I don't get it. Why this specific tactic? Could it be
Huh.
the commander?
Which one?
This is looking grim.
Taion's given off references I feel like we
There's no way to
should
tell where
be
they're gonna come from
getting,
next.
but I'm not. If he's referring to the commander from his flashback, I thought she was dead. So,
There are water veins in these caves. We can use
I mean, that's
them
what
to
he
make
did,
this
yeah,
shape.
and... Okay.
You say make a dash for it.
Huh. Commander.
Taion, decide. Look, I trust your judgment.
You do?
Yeah. All the patronizing stuff aside, I think that's what Lanz was trying to get across when they were having that conversation walking up that
Be
hill.
the best option right now.
All I needed to hear. Let's move.
Hmm.
Lead the way.
I'm on it.
Alright. Well, are we actually fighting?
You itching to get wrecked?
I thought we were running. Oh well.
You didn't disappoint.
Good going, Eunie.
Not a big fan. Senna's hammer has this issue as well. But when it's an enemy you need to get directly in front of, I think it's a little bit harder because the attackers aren't usually the one drawing aggro. Whereas the, you know, the defenders are usually ideally the ones pulling aggro. So if you're trying to do something like the side break, it's a little bit more feasible, I think. But also sometimes these enemies are just like randomly turning around. I think that might be the consequence of having multiple defenders. But with 6 characters, I don't know why you wouldn't run 2 defenders. I'm sure there's an actual, like, quote-unquote meta to this game, but eh.
This is our first time here, isn't it?
Warrior Road, huh?
We've been spotted. I'm the one you want.
Oh wow, that's a lot of others. Probably standing attack up top. Oh. Oh wow, we ran into a big group of these enemies, huh? I could chain attack. I think you get some good stuff, it seems like, from the overkill bonus. I don't know if it's worth it to overkill bonus a single foot soldier. There we go.
You want some more?
Time to play the flute.
We can't leave it like this.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I had to turn off an alarm. I forgot I had an alarm on my phone. Oh, that scared me. Sorry, my heart freaked out for a second there. Forgot I had an alarm on my phone. I was gonna try and take a nap, and then I couldn't fall asleep. That actually scared me. I personally made it, it's like a skillet song. I made it like the loudest song I could find, just so I'm a really heavy sleeper. I have a super hard, like, Like, I have super bad insomnia when it comes to falling asleep, but thankfully I'm not the type of person that usually wakes up a bunch of times. It's just the fact that, like, I'll lay in bed and then I won't fall asleep for like 5 hours. So when I'm tired enough to fall asleep, I try, but... yeah. Yeah, I do kind of like, though, genuinely, when you're using one of the offense weapons and you're the one to initiate break. Because the NPCs do seem at least pretty good about making sure that they carry on the rest of the combo. Sometimes. Yeah, like there. Because on break they sent it to Topple, sent it to Daze. Whereas in all honesty, when I'm the one in like Topple or Daze, I usually don't pay enough attention to it. I'll be completely honest. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. I thought the point of going through the tunnels was that we weren't gonna run into a billion enemies. The double AoE from us putting down that energy grenade field though, and then Riku and Manana as the heroes doing it, actually seems pretty useful. Like, I wonder if you're later on going to run into big clumps of enemies like this, if it wouldn't be worth it to have both your attackers, or even 3 attackers maybe, plus hero, be using this weapon. And then just AoE them all down. Also, though, I have no idea what the rest of the weapons we're gonna get are, but... thus far, you know, compared to other attack weapons. Like, Senna's hammer seems to be pretty single target oriented. Same with Ethel's weapons, you know. Oh my gosh. That is new landmark. How... are we out of the... no, it looks like we're still in... how big are these tunnels? I had an idea they were, like, pretty deep. I just didn't think they'd be, you know, this massive. Honestly though, Riku and Manana's weapons do kind of remind me of Tora's. Which might be like one of those little Easter egg points, but... still. I think Riku's sword was a little bit bigger, but you also have to consider... not Riku, Tora's sword was a little bit bigger. You also have to consider it was a Nopon using it, not a human. So it might just look a little bit smaller. And I've just been wondering this entire time, do like actual sentient blades still exist in the capacity that they did in Xenoblade 2? Because as far as I can tell, the quote-unquote blades in this game are just weapons, you know? They're not what they were before. I thought it was a cool concept. Kind of like, I don't know, weapons and meisters in, like, Soul Eater or something like that. So I was a little bit surprised that they don't seem to be using the concept here.
Time for a little rest.
They read us like an open book. How?
No time to worry about that now. We need to make the water veins.
I mean, if they're being controlled by Mobius, Mobius seems to be able to monitor us at all times, so... who knows?
Gas grenades! That's hardly fair! Seriously, who'd have thought they had anything like that?
Hopefully we don't aggro that other over there. I was like, I can sneak past this first group here. But if we'd aggroed both groups at once, we actually might have been in trouble. glad we're a couple levels up on these guys, though. Really not super interested in... Oh, no. Oops. Really wasn't interested, though, in just running through everything here at, like... Even if we're at the same level, this would be really painful. We might be in trouble here, though. This might have been a little bit of a poor life decision. Ah, well, worst comes to worst, I think we spawn right at that entrance over there, so we're probably fine. Ooh. I was really hoping not to aggro on both groups, though, in all honesty. Let's actually interlink too. Might be worth a chain attack, depending on how many enemies are up after we are out of interlink. Oh, Eunie's down. Who's our other healer right now? I think it's Lanz. Is in interlink with us. Yeah, it's probably Lanz. In that case, we should maybe... I was gonna say, as soon as they reslets, why did I use that on the enemy that was like 1 HP? Oops. Oh well. This will still let us get some free healing off, was the goal here. That said, this poor, yeah, I was gonna say, this poor special unit is about to get overkilled super hard. Yeah, I think we're getting away with fighting both these groups at once specifically because we're a couple levels higher, so that's nice. Pretty sure we would have died if we were actually the same level as them. I just really thought we could sneak past him, and then I was like, oh wait. Let's try this though, I have no idea what this... The sheer amount of overkill on this one unit. It's so unnecessary. Rookie storm. Let's try this. I still don't know the... I'm assuming this does reduce, like, for example, the attacker and healer aggro for every enemy in battle. Because if it were to just reduce it for, like, this particular unit, and we're about to just bash the living daylights out of them, wouldn't be as helpful. Wait, I thought you could only do it through the... Oh. Why does this not happen? When we're fighting bosses, but when we're fighting just the most random unit that we've already overkilled? Oh my gosh. It's the most unnecessary thing. Oh, that's pretty funny. We defeated this enemy with the first hit of the first combo on this chain attack. We did it! Oh my gosh, that was the most unnecessary thing I think I've done in this game so far. The highest chain attack I've done yet, and it's on an enemy that died to literally the first hit of that chain attack. Oh, that's really funny. My gosh.
Almost at the water vent.
Better get ready to take the plunge.
Yeah, here we go, ready to hop off. I want that resource, but I'm assuming we're just hopping off here. Maybe we come back later, who knows?
This is it.
He's very reminiscent of Taion's flashback, though, for
They're
sure.
here. Can't see them, but it's a real welcome party.
Time to go. Big breath, then jump.
Better give it a good once over. This is something decent, right?
Oh my gosh. We are moving really fast. Let's try and get all these, though. I wonder if because of like their actual uniforms or like the helmets, they can't jump in after us. Because you'd think if they're this dedicated to chasing us, they'd just jump in after us. Because in Taion's flashback, you know, his commander kind of, she and some of the others kind of stayed back to kind of give them that chance to escape. But in this option, you know, you'd think they'd just jump in after us. Who knows? Maybe they'll just wait up for us on the other side. Hard to imagine that we literally just escaped doing this.
Doesn't look like they can follow us this far with their gear.
Oh, okay.
That gives us a little breathing time.
Wonder where we came out. Excuse me? Well, oh, it was another colony. Interesting. Their flame clock doesn't seem to be the same color. Had like a yellowish tint there. I wonder if they'll take as kindly to us destroying their flame clock though as the Kevez colonies have. I wonder who this is too. Why is this colony pulling up with all this stuff when all the other ones we've run into haven't? Oh, it is? Okay, it is the guy from Taion's,
I knew it.
Okay.
Commander Issod.
I was having a hard time remembering,
Long time no see, Taion.
yeah, I was gonna say. From, Taion's flashback, yeah. So I probably should have remembered this person, I just didn't.
Commander.
But you can see the giant, shiny red eye.
Not exactly.
Oh.
Huh?
You must have worked it out. This strategy mirrors that day when Nimwe's life was cut short.
Is he blaming Taion for that? That wasn't Taion's fault, was it?
I figured you would try to use that route to flee. That's how I knew to wait right here. And so I replicated the conditions of that day to a T.
But why do such a thing?
Okay.
Why? Well, let's see. In a nutshell, to remind you of your past, to make you relive it and drive you to despair, to break your
Jeez.
heart, to steal all that you hold dear, to ruin you to your very core.
I mean, this guy seems to be, you know, when they have that red eye, seems like they're being controlled pretty heavily, but it makes you wonder how much of this is actually how it feels. And again, wasn't he like her second in command back then? If anything, doesn't some of that blame also fall onto his shoulders?
Nimue gave it to you, right? You should hold on to it.
It was my fault. My pride led to her death. If only I'd presented a less reckless plan, the strategist would never have... Nimue would... It's too much for me. I don't deserve this. It's true. It is my fault. You were the kindest man I knew, Commander. But I made you use the same enemy tactic that cost Nimue her life! I drove you to such desperation, and now you're determined to kill me!
Precisely right.
It's okay, Taion. it's definitely largely due to Mobius's control, I would think.
The past has come back to haunt you.
Oh my gosh, we're fighting the... What? We're fighting the literal colony itself? Someone needs to place markers on the ground. That happened. Oh, okay. So if you see a big red circle, run. Sounds about right. Okay, that's a massive circle. Alright, like... Oh, we can attack this thing from pretty far away, actually. I wonder. Obviously, this is where we free our first Agnus colony. I would have to imagine. It just makes me wonder, you know. Because it's very different from... Because we saw Ethel's point of view in her case. She saw us as just straight up monsters. She didn't even recognize us. Whereas in this case, that's not what's going on. Which makes me wonder again, like, how much of it is how he actually feels, how much resentment is there, because... Again, I get that Taion was the strategist, you know, his plan was what led to it, but... Again, there's obviously a lot of pieces that go into it, it's just not how it works. I was thinking it'd be easier to just get rid of these secondary things here, but they're actually surviving quite a ways. I was wondering if it was going to be a bunch of like little AoE. Oh my gosh, ow. It was going to be a bunch of little AoE red circles. Instead, it looks like it's literally just a massive effect right underneath the Baroness. Which makes it really easy to avoid, actually. I kind of want to save my chain attack for the Baroness as well. But maybe it's worth it to just... maybe what we do is do this, and then... turn our attention back to the other one. I'm really hoping that as soon as we... Like, once we get through this chain attack, my plan is to switch back to this other machine right here if it's still up. I'm really hoping that we don't just destroy him and then it spits out more. Use enemy ether defense. I'm wondering too, for this one in particular, I think Taion has one similar. Maybe I should be doing that earlier on if it's just during the chain attack. Because by this point, maybe I should just do that, you know? But if it reduces those defenses only during the chain attack, maybe I should be using that first when it appears. Could not tell you because I don't know how it works. Does not seem like we did a whole lot of damage with this one. Hard to tell until I actually get like the damage number for the chain attack at the end, but... And it's also hard to tell just because with just a bar you can't see exactly how much health the enemy actually has. So it could be a number of things. Wow. Reduce aggro. Yeah, let's reduce aggro. I guess to make the most of this too, what I haven't been doing is maybe use like this and then use Neos instead of just going straight for using Neos. Get that extra attack in. I do think this would... It's hard to tell with these, Because it says 37, and we need 56 to finish out the bar, so I'm just going to do this. Because it's always more than it says, you know? That got it below the half. That was a pretty hefty chain attack, actually. Wow. Oh. Ow. Right after we use that chain attack to heal up too, jeez. Interesting that Agnus seems to have so many of these automated Levness, given that it didn't really seem to be a big thing over in Keves. Oh, we have internet level 3, we should probably use that. You know, despite me liking tank more than healer, I think of the 3 interlinks, this is probably my least favorite one, in all honesty. Am I not hitting it? There we go. Oh, that's pretty neat looking. I do wonder how much it hurts to stand in that field. Apparently Lanz has decided he wants to stand in that field, so we might be about to see. Oh, he backed off. Just finished off with another chain attack. Let's see. Let's try this though. Doing the like lowering ether defense during the what? Oh, is that this? I was gonna say I thought my sound or something was crashing for a second there. That scared me. Put Eunie back in action. Let's try Consul J. I don't know if I have a launch ability left here, though. That's the problem. I haven't worried too much about doing break, topple, launch, and chain attack, but that probably does help damage quite a bit. Why does it keep putting Eunie back? Do you have a launcher? I do not. Okay, that's fine. Might as well. Yeah. With only the healers up, we're not going to get another one if it allows us to off anyways, so might as well just make use of that. Does that finish off the... This might finish the fight out. Nice, okay, we're good. It is a gun, he just shot at them. I was so confused. It's a little unfortunate actually, yeah, that the one that reset so much was a healer. Because if it was anyone else not a healer, we would have been able to max out another one. No? Okay. Yeah. Ah well, still worked.
Lay down and die already!
Are we gonna get an opportunity to destroy the oh, flame clock here? I mean, in Colony 30 and Colony 9, it was kind of just, we got the chance, we just went for it. Whereas this is more reminiscent of Colony 4, where we were in the middle of a big fight. Oh, did that hit her wing? What? Oh, are they just interlinking?
If he hadn't used his powers back there, using it first time he done it, a win would have been a nice surprise. Quick, we're gonna miss the homecoming. First one they've ever had here, right?
Why are they seeing this again? Haven't they already seen this? Huh. Or do they just see this every time they interlink and it doesn't show it? Interesting.
What the?
Oh. Maybe this is what unlocks some of their skill tree abilities. That's definitely new.
Which one?
Huh.
Which one's real? This one?
This is gonna be one of those, it happens in a cutscene and it's super neat, but then we can't use it in actual battle.
How about here?
Because it'd be a little bit OP, I think, if we could summon like 30 doppelgangers. Oh my gosh. I thought that was the healer. I thought that was the healer, interlink, and they just casually lifted that building. Unless that was an illusion too.
What? Another
It was an illusion. That's kind of a cool mirror though. He saw the falling feathers. And now it's like the his origami.
Playing me for a fool? I'll show you a fool! I'll blow you away! You and all your rustling phantoms!
Oh.
Intense. I can't defend against that.
If Taion took the Ouroboros form, I can too. Lanz,
Oh, okay.
come with
So is there a
me.
different
You're
form depending
insane.
on which one takes the
Trust
lead?
me. Hurry!
It's over!
Because I was gonna say that was definitely different than what
Taion, all of you. I won't
generally
let this
happens
freak
when
lay a
those two
finger on
combine. But
anyone.
that's really cool. I wonder if what's gonna happen if Mio does the same as well. Because I guess it kind of goes back to what they were talking about, how the three from Kevis kind of tended to quote unquote take the lead, because they did kind of use their weapons or things that were more reminiscent of their weapons. So is this gonna be like a hammer form? Okay, maybe not. Still interesting though. Oh, yeah, no, okay. Huh. That makes me wonder though, when we interlink in the future, will it literally be like, instead of, okay, well I'm just pairing up with one of these two pairs and it gives me this interlink, is it literally every single one of the 6 has a unique one? Because that would be really cool. I thought the plan was to destroy the flame clock, not kill everyone. They flipped it like a turtle. Even if we break the flame clock, how are they going to get it back up? It also makes me wonder, like, for example,
The flame clock! It has to go!
like previously, that was the tank interlink, was the Lanz Senna combo.
Do whatever it
But
for the
Senna is an attacker, whereas Lanz was a tank originally, so is that different now? Just a lot of things I'm wondering.
In all the training hearts out here, and nobody didn't see us.
Is that why you're here? For recognition?
It's the feelings you
Is that why you're being an officer? For a commendation?
Oh.
I was planning to!
Did you just have the ability to deflect that? What? It really does make me wonder, are we literally just going to run around and liberate every still existing colony on both sides? Because that's going to take a long time. Even if we do a couple of chapter like we did, you know, last time with Colony 30, Colony 9, in pretty quick succession, that's going to take a long time.
Come on. Enough is enough, Commander. There's no reason for us to be fighting each other. If you still need a life to satisfy you, you can have mine.
Well, maybe not that he's not controlled by Mobius any longer, he'll be
If that helps put your heart at
less
ease,
angry. I wonder if this commander we get his weapons too,
I'll do
like
it.
as a hero. Could be possible. Oh.
What?
What?
Commander? He turned into mud pie?
Was it like a puppet who had the memories the entire time? That's really, really scary, actually, if that's something Mobius can do. Or maybe it's just this one particular member, who knows.
Have you ever felt so much fondness that it made you quiver?
That voice.
Oh no. Is this the character?
Long time no see.
Yeah, this has to be.
You
This is the
forgot
character
about
from
me.
the I
I
didn't.
missed you.
Is it? Is this actually the
All
character
these
from
things that
their
have to do
flashbacks?
with time.
I had a feeling that character
They
was
ring
gonna come
so
back. I don't remember his name,
insufferably
but
hollow when you only have 10 years on the clock.
Hmm.
It doesn't feel real. But you know,
No.
yeah, it has to be, right?
Noah,
But here I was thinking that all the members of Mobius would be really, really old.
Riku, Lanz. I have to tell you, I am overwhelmed with emotion.
It is. Yeah, it's gotta be.
Euron.
Yoram, isn't it?
Sincerely. I'm on the verge of tears.
Euron.
And Yoram doesn't look like they've aged at all, but they would be.
Euron. You know him.
Oh. Neil, like all three of them should have the memories, yeah.
I know him. Yes, Yoren. Amid the rubble and the flames.
He died in a battle with Agnus. They were all friends.
Yeah.
But wait. How does that work? How can he be...
Assuming the memories we saw were correct.
Oh.
Noah?
Euron!
That's crazy. Wow.
You're
I really did
alive.
expect this character to come
You're
back.
alive. Was I
Um,
alive?
But I didn't
Of
expect
course
him to
not.
be a member of
I
Mobius.
did die on that day.
Oh.
Evidently. That's why I can be here
But I had a
now.
feeling the character was gonna come back, you know?
You can call me J.
Otherwise there wouldn't be a huge point, unless it was just
Guess
for
what?
motivation, but still, that's crazy.
I'm a proud member of Mobius now.
No. You can't mean it.
Euron.
You see, they gave me this incredible power. I can take people's memories
and refashion them into my very own mud puppets.
Mud puppets.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Refashion my wings.
Just casually traumatize, you know, Taion and everyone else.
No, not yet. I can still.
Well, now that we know Yorn's alive, we might have to kill him again.
I don't want to die. Don't make me die here, please. I told you we shouldn't have come here. You just had to make me. This is awful. Why are we the ones who have to fight?
Oh my
The
gosh.
body may be mud, but their minds are the real deal. But without hearts, they're pretty quick to tell you what's on their minds.
Interesting.
Eunie.
Well, Taion's
To
former
be
commander,
honest, these
it's hard.
nobodies are beneath me.
maybe
Noah,
still had some kind of
Eunie or Lanz, you'd make good puppets.
lingering resentment, but still.
Profound and clear-sighted words would your cold lips utter. I've so wished to hear. Why did you have to go and become Ouroboros?
Lord, you were never like this. What did they do to you?
What do you think you knew of me? You didn't know anything. I am only myself, Eunie. The realest, truest me. I don't need to hide anymore. I can finally be me. Becoming Mobius? Best thing that ever happened to me. I want you to feel it. Feel the joy I feel. Feel my absolute elation.
Well, we're fighting here. I have a feeling during a chain attack, you can complete orders from both members of a given pairing. A panel for this. Oh, okay, that's really cool. Albeit at the cost. That's really interesting. Shoot a chain attack with an active interlink at level 3. The orb was selected for a start. In this situation, okay. So if we're doing a chain attack, let's see. Activate all expanded party members launching the chain. Okay, good to know. Also, to switch to the other. Wow, that's all it's taken. Okay, so basically on a chain attack, if we activate chain attack with interlink level 3 up, is what it's saying, we can do the Ouroboros effect from the very start. Otherwise, we can just do a chain attack and make sure to do both, like Sig, use Noah Mio in the same pair, use Eunie Taion, use Lanz Senna. In addition to that, there is now a secondary form. That does make me think, like I was saying during that cutscene, it's probably just going to give us whichever Ouroboros form for the interlink of the character we're actively in, but we can switch during it, which is really cool. A lot of new mechanics, though. I had been wondering, I think it was last stream, if they're going to introduce more mechanics. That's more mechanics, let me tell you. Yeah, I had that. I didn't expect that. I expected there was going to be more to this, to Yorin, in that story. Since it was one of those cases where very anime-esque or video game-esque, they didn't show the actual body. You know, it was one of those Yorin died under a bunch of rubble. But this is not what I was expecting. Pretty crazy. Yeah, let's try it. We don't have interlink level 3 up, obviously, but we'll just see what our options are from the start and then try to find their partner, so. Leading with Eunie last time actually didn't seem like a good idea. So let's do Mio and then try and find Noah's chain attack. See if that'll give us what we're looking for. This is really intriguing. I'm interested to see how this works. Though I don't know if we'll have enough points to finish out the whole. We'll just have to see. But this could make chain attacks even more powerful than they already are, in theory, which is crazy to me. Because it's already where I feel like a lot of our boss DPS ends up coming from. Okay, we did get Noah. ordinarily I would do this here. Let's try doing Senna's, because that means if we can do a third one, well, then we won't have enough to potentially... It may be best to just do chain attacks when you have Interlink level 3 then. Hard to tell. Because here, we could potentially get either Lanz or Noah to finish out the other half of one of these Interlinks. But in that case, we'll be able to finish that out, that last Interlink chain attack, or whatever it is. Interesting. It definitely adds a whole nother layer to things. Okay, good. There he showed up. A little bit late, but see. Yeah, okay. Let's hope that'll be the case. Okay, perfect, yeah. So, death of 1,000 cuts. Greatly increases damage ratio and reduces. Interesting. So, oh, okay. But once you get this, that's what it meant. It restores everyone, so once you get the, wait, do you have a, they're in top art, and do you have a launch? Apparently not. That's fine. But that's what it meant, is to just make sure that once you get this Ouroboros Link type, art in the chain attack, you can complete it. It just ends it if it's not starting with Interlink level 3. Okay. That's really cool, though. Yeah, that made for a more powerful chain attack for sure. That does add another layer, though, because if we're not literally starting our chain attack in Interlink level 3, which I don't know how often that'll be the case even in boss fights, it does mean that we basically need to make sure that we're trying to find pairings when we're doing chain attacks. Which makes it less likely that we'll be using the heroes, like in this case Riku and Manana's, you know, section in the chain attack. Even if it's a good one, because we'll be trying to find those pairs. Oh, and it looks like it's different colors, so like right now they're in... That's so cool. Okay, so right now they're in... Slots taken. But right now they're in... Sorry, Mio's half. So it was like a yellow form instead of the like bluish red one that it usually is. Wow. But I want to try getting another chain attack and getting to Interlink level 3 with Senna here to see what Lanz and Senna's version is. There we go. So that means it should start with it, right? No? I'm confused. I thought that's what it said, was if you start an Interlink. Oh, maybe I have to actually be in the Interlink. That's annoying. Well, in that case, let's try... I hate to do double sports. Let's try and go for Mio and Noah's again. I thought it meant I had to have Interlink level 3 ready, but I think I had to actually be in the Interlink. I misunderstood. I'm also just kind of mindlessly going through, but I probably need to be trying to do like a break entry, stuff like that. There's so many layers to this game. It's kind of crazy actually, to be doing everything like fully optimally. Okay, we're getting a mouse here. It's gonna keep offering me to do this. Yeah, do I not have a launch in my current party? I thought for sure I did, because I know when we've been doing the regular recent fights, we've had a launch. I'm just not sure who has it.
I've got an idea.
Okay, there's no less. Actually, I should have done Taion's there so we could see. Ah, it's fine. Launch. Oh, whatever. I've been wondering, is there... Death of 1,000... I've been wondering if there was one, because like this symbol here, Death of 1,000 Cuts, is Mio's half of it. Does that mean that we'd get a different one if, say, we did Noah's first? Anyway. Yeah, I guess they did hint at it earlier, with them mentioning that the Kevis side of the Interlink always took the lead. I wasn't expecting there to be a whole nother form for each pair. That's really cool. Oh, I guess maybe it shows both forms here, so maybe not. Yeah, I won't get to check my theory, but I'm assuming I have to be literally in Interlink level 3 like this. And then do the chain attack. How do I, for example... 6... Ah, okay. That's really interesting. It's not the type of mechanic I think I'll get to use in a lot of regular fights, but still. Don't word it like that, dude. Like, that doesn't sound right.
I don't buy it. I refuse to believe you're him. You aren't our Yoren. Yoren saved our lives.
Oh, are we gonna need a flashback to what actually happened? Oh. Whatever happened to that dude? Did we ever see him again? I feel like we probably haven't, I'm just not remembering, but...
Lanz! Garble! No time! Look! Above!
Oh.
We can't! Noah!
Move it!
Lanz!
We can take care of ourselves. Just go. Yoren. You dumb clod. Come on. Yoren.
Yoren!
I'm surprised even with the 4 of them they could lift that, honestly.
You hurt? Can you run?
Yeah, more or less. Yoren. Why?
We should go.
I was gonna say, isn't there a giant thing falling? Is this why he died? Because they sat there and had a moment? And then slowly walked away? Oh my gosh. Really?
Watch out!
He would have been fine if they had just... Okay. It's definitely an emotional moment, but like, they sat through... Oh. And how did Mobius rescue that?
Urine! Urine!
To be fair, they're young and they're probably in shock, but... yeah, I was gonna say, how did Mobius... What? Yorn did say, you know, I did die on that day, but like... How does Mobius work? I mean... Yorn did say, as J, they have the ability to, you know, make those mud puppets out of memories. Maybe
You don't
they...
get it. You honestly don't get it. In that instant, I rose above you miserable fools by saving your worthless, piddling lives. It was indescribable, Lanz.
Yoren.
Ah, wasn't this fun? I guess I'll call it a day here. Can't be hoarding all the fun for myself now. Gotta leave some for the next guy or gal.
Say what?
I should thank you, Lanz. 'Cause I get to be like this now, and I owe it to you. Toodles.
Jeez. They're really stacking up the things that we need to figure out, though. First, there's the Ethel stuff. There's this now. All the other members of Mobius, Sword March, our lifespans. Like, how lengthy is this game? Because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be resolved. The Great God follows on. So, like, there are abilities that can be shared between them. Choose a slot and set the... Oh, okay.
The Colony Lambda residential area. Do you think it's...
Oh, that's going to... Let's check that out real quick. Oh, we unlocked a new slot. Okay, what can we do? For now... Who's all at max rank? Oh, Lanz is at max rank on a healer. Mio's like 1 or 2 fights away. We'll do Lanz and... Oh my gosh, it's gonna... Yeah. Okay. So... I'll say both of them have a healer class they can move to. I just really don't like the tactician weapon.
Support you. Got it.
I'll protect you.
There we go. Do that for a bit. Oh, does it automatically... I think it just automatically gives you an accessory. So if I do like this, then do like this.
I'll heal you right up.
The thought here is if it gives you an accessory matching the class every time you switch, if I just take these characters and switch them back and forth between, like... It did not, okay. Here I was thinking I was being a little bit smart. Let's see, what have we got? Boost evasion, wall, station route attacking, attack stone, healer. She's on healer. Okay. She's on tank right now. We just do evasion wall. Yeah, be helpful. But I do think it like automatically changes a lot of these accessories when you're changing classes, so it's something still generally useful, which is really nice because like I was saying, I really don't mess with accessories. But yeah, like he hasn't always been a tank and he has an Iron Temple Guard already, so interesting. Same thing with the gems, I think, actually, potentially. Yeah, I think the gems also... That's really nice, actually. That makes things so much easier for me. Alright, then I wanted to check the interlink chart. So... Neil's sultry abilities can be shared. Oh. And it is a separate... Okay. This is a lot to take in.
Trick up my sleeve. I got a new trick up my sleeve. I got a new trick up my sleeve.
I don't know if it's gonna be locked past a certain point, like,
I got a new trick up my sleeve.
Yeah, see, like, it's still locked past a certain point for Noah, so I can't do anything else here. And I have no idea what causes it. Okay, in that case, I won't worry about doing it, like... Oh, wow, that's obnoxious. And snow soldiers can't be shared. Okay, so Meal would want... Meal's an attack. Maybe I just take, like, the heat gauge, I don't know.
Try this out, Mio.
Sure, I'll give it a go.
I just feel like heat gauge buildup would be generally helpful. Yeah, take that. Let's see. Chance to evade. 30% chance. Let's try this.
I'll share this with you.
Works for me, thanks.
Okay.
More to add to the playbook. More to add to the playbook. More to add to the playbook.
Why are so many of these locked?
More to add to the playbook. More to add to the playbook.
Like, am I missing something here? Yeah, no, looking at the past, it'd have to be... Okay. Interesting.
More to add to the playbook. More to add to the playbook. More to add to the playbook.
I mean, eventually we'll probably 100% all the interlink trees anyway, so I guess it doesn't hurt. My initial thought had been maybe try to go for some of the endgame skills. You know, and just follow one path, but since that's not really an option... Season. Yeah, then I can take slow. That just seems like it'd be something that's, like, generally helpful, you know? Let you use the interlink in general for longer.
Whoa, new power. Whoa, new power. Whoa, new power. Whoa, new power.
Hearing the same voice lines over and over, that was always funny. Doesn't matter what game it is.
Whoa, new power. Whoa, new power. Whoa, new power.
Oh, Senna actually will be able to use all of her points, so...
Whoa, new power. Whoa, new power.
But later on, maybe it'll be helpful to use, like, actually, like, specific skills, but like I was saying, if I have a heat gauge build up on all of them, I feel like that's just generally helpful, and I'll look over it off stream maybe and try to find more specific ones. Okay. Let's move on a bit.
The Colony Lambda residential area. Do you think it's behind the waterfall?
Seems so. Let's stay alert.
Yeah, it begs the question, what happened to the actual, like, remaining members of the colony? Because we did destroy their flame clock for them, but the ones that we were apparently fighting there were just the mud puppets. Interesting. Oh, well. Are they alive? At least they're okay. I wonder if, like, for example, when he made the mud puppets, are they dead? You know? Like Taion's commander, is he still alive? Okay, that's good. What's scary though is that means that I was wondering if he could only make those, if Yorin could only make those mud puppets for people who were already passed and like he killed them to take those powers. But if he can do that for people who are already alive, that potentially throws a big wrench for us down the road. If he's capable of doing it for us. He had that little knife that made it look like maybe it's like a blood sample or something. Who knows? Yeah, that's got to be really traumatic though for them. And even if the, even if Izzard is still alive, how awkward is it going to be for Taion to speak to him,
Where's Commander Izzard?
Because according to Joran, that was, a representation of how they actually feel when, like, emotions are taken out of the context or something, Does Izzard actually blame Taion? Because you could argue, again, it was Tyon's plan, but still. There's always multiple people the commander chose to follow it. Izzard was, I thought, the second in command. It's good to see you, first thing he says. Well, I'm sure they'll all wake up eventually. If they're still breathing, then whatever, yeah, okay.
Taion? So that's what happened. I'm sorry. I don't remember a thing. Except for that Consul silhouette.
You just look very tired though, either way.
Say anything to you? I didn't say something hurtful, did I?
Oh no.
Not at all. You were your usual self, Commander. Our pride and joy. The same as always.
Taion.
I see. I'm sorry.
Is that?
Nimue. She always cared so much about you. You possess an acuity that sets you apart. You'll be an elite, head and shoulders above the likes of us.
I really hope that Nimue isn't also somehow alive and taken over control by Mobius. That would be the real sucker punch for Taion.
So someone called you a coward? Nonsense. Consider it's what you are. Perhaps to a fault. You heeded a comrade's opinion. Isn't that right? Here's another thing she mentioned. That if you let us, if we could gain victory through your kindness, she'd have loved to see it. Even if it's too much, it should be yours to carry.
Like a passing of the torch. Now that he's ready to accept it,
And if you keep it safe, someday, I'd like you to go visit her.
How can I visit?
Huh?
At the Cadencia frontier, beyond the Far Lane underpass, there's a place where Sophronias bloom. Nimue always loved their flowers.
Okay.
And one of them was especially brilliant. I'd like you to bury it there.
Yet another thing to add on to the list of things we need to do with our dwindling time, but,
That'll show her, beyond all doubt, your victory through kindness.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if we're the ones to explain it, but still. It's kind of funny though, I literally titled this stream, so when do we get to visit a colony from Agnus? I was sitting there thinking, I was like, right before I started the stream, like, what do I title the stream? And then it hit me, I was like, we've freed 3, colonies from Keves and none from Agnus. And that's basically the entirety of what we've done in the stream post doing the Riku and Manana hero quest. Kinda funny. Makes you wonder though, because again, we were Noah, Lanz, Yorin, and Eunie were all from one singular colony, but again, Taion was from a separate colony. What happens when, I always got from my understanding, at least, Mio and Senna are from the same colony. What happens when we visit theirs?
We have some new names registered.
Like, I'm actually kind of excited to see.
What are you going to do outside?
Oh, you know, Noah said he was gonna do his thing, so...
Yeah, I don't think this thing is getting flipped over anytime soon. I think that's staying the way it is. Oh, okay. Are we playing for the mud puppets?
They were literal clods, man. Nobody's actually died. Who are you doing that for?
There's still the
Lanz got no
memories.
tact. Did
Yeah.
too. Is about atoning.
Riku, what you saying there?
Why are we seeing them off? I know they were only hollow vessels, but ultimately, we chose to fight and kill them. And nothing can change that fact. Even if there's no one to actually see off, we have to atone for that.
In nutshell.
Oh, I see.
Atonement, huh?
'Cause for all we knew, it was the real ones, you know?
Hey, is Izzard okay with this? It's kinda...
Yeah, he doesn't mind.
Alright. Guess you're all weirdos. Still, kinda strange. I wonder when it all started.
I couldn't tell you exactly when, but I would surmise it started out as a kind of process for the upkeep of the world.
Sounds like a crazy kind of process. This is all going way over my head.
Quite simple, actually. It gives a sense of security, lets you think your dead friends are looking out for you from above, alleviating feelings of guilt and of loss. That's how I understand it.
Yeah, okay, but ain't there plenty of people who don't care about that?
Maybe.
What matters is that it is there. You don't need to pay attention. You don't need to do anything. But the way it is designed, if you think about it, it just works. We are told our life is born from the Queen, and to the Queen it returns. However, that's only if you make it to your homecoming. But what of the others? What of those who fall on the battlefield? Nobody knows. Where do they go? Seeing motes rise into the sky serves to dispel any unease. You end up believing, well, they're going somewhere.
But where is somewhere? The Queen's place?
No clue.
You what, mate? That's kind of non-committal for you.
Disappointed.
Nah, not fussed.
You lot, why are you making that stuff out here? Colony's got a perfectly good kitchen.
Out of commission, apparently. Somebody made a real mess of the place.
Hold on a sec.
Sorry, Mio.
If we hadn't
done what we did, chances are we
Yeah,
would have
you
all
don't
been
have to
dead
justify
by
it.
now.
That's kind of funny.
That's why we... It's alright. Everyone understands why. You were really brave, Senna.
Really? You're not just saying that?
Nope.
Meh. This real thrill of travel.
Was that a laugh?
Excitement mounting.
Seriously, Noppon can be a bit too easygoing.
Everyone deals with things in their own way.
Hmm.
Is that right? And why are you acting all normal? It was Yoren. He looked just like his old self.
I suppose you think you're the reason for that, do you?
Hmm.
Huh?
In that case, I'm telling you to drop it right now. So Yoren turned up. That alone isn't so bad.
Of course it is!
In the circumstances, yeah,
Figuring out
I'm
why
not sure I
it
agree.
happened. That's what we should do.
What do you mean, why it happened?
The reason we became Ouroboros. The reason the world looks like this. It's all connected. I'm sure of it.
Or maybe you just want it that way.
Better than being stuck in the past.
It's another case of I understand. You know, it's
I can't.
both of them have a point.
I'll never snuffing forget.
There shouldn't be any life in those bodies, but the moats still rose. So that means I knew it.
Hmm. So maybe he didn't just do it out of guilt then, or...
The dead don't
Whatnot.
think anything.
I didn't
They
think
don't
about that
speak.
actually, yeah, the fact that the little wisp
But
still...
Survivors speak for them. To celebrate their life and death. That's why I'm here.
Is this his teacher as an officer? Still one of the things I'm wondering about. I mean, that makes sense, you know. It's like when, at what point did Eunie become a healer, you know? Because in the original flashbacks, it didn't seem to me that she was originally trained to be one. Same thing with Noah, though. I had wondered a little bit, you know, at what point he became an officer, but... That's interesting.
Lanz, we are still alive.
Hmm. Wonder where we go to next.
It ain't like you to sulk like this.
Piss off.
I think it's a bit
Know about your
understandable,
jobs?
given the circumstances. Sure.
Maybe not, but I'm getting warmer.
Eunie, for spark's sake, read the room.
Hard pass. Look, Lance, I was there too.
Ah.
No one's asking you to forget. Noah's just
Yeah.
saying, move on.
Ah, Noah. He's always a step ahead, eh?
You know he's an officer. He's
Yeah.
closer to it all than we are. To the ones who are gone.
Being left, it ain't easy.
I know.
Hmm.
Still, I don't want to disappear.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Not like we can afford to go just yet.
Oh. Oh, okay. Still so much thinking. Like, I'm still wondering about the whole gold colony thing that we saw right at the beginning of the stream. Like, stuff like that. It just...
The Agnian commander bites the dust! I'll kill you!
He had 2 months to go! And you mutters killed him!
Oh my gosh.
Sea Guy, forgive me.
Jeez.
All dead, all done. Ah, did you hear those dulcet death throes, though? Sea Guy, forgive
Oh my
me.
gosh.
Forgive what? Why is she apologizing? Ugh, humans! Such useless.
They really do make a great job of, like, just video games in general, I feel. Making you hate the villains. Yorn, I'm still not sure how to feel on, but most of the members of Mobius, it's like, yep. Nope, I hate you. I can't wait till we get rid of you.
Nauseating. Might we infer from that, N?
Is there naught here but these vulgar pleasures?
Huh. I see why you would feel that way. But you have not the luxury.
Say what you mean.
Kind of looks like
Pleasures
Noah.
and sorrows, meetings
That's
and
not
partings.
good.
Their roots are the same.
That is actually...
Tolerance of existence is at the heart of them all.
Ooh.
You want me to frolic with them?
You shall find there's no such thing as luxury in this world. Everything buds from but a single thought. That you yourself are here is proof definite thereof. You need not understand. You can simply remain as you are. That is enough.
I wonder if, like, the purple markings on this guy's face, is that, like, indicative of certain power, something that's happened? Is it actually just another race that's going to appear? You know, like, I've been wondering that ever since the first time we saw them. Oh, hey, it's the diary again. Haven't seen this save screen in a while.
It's vital to keep a record of events.
We all have secrets, deep within. Memories we can never erase. Difficult experiences. It's just a distant dream of mine right now. But if we can just reach out to each other, even a little, we can tease out those delicate shapes. Then, with time, our bonds will grow stronger, until one day,
Oh, hey, isn't that the dude from... Wait, was this guy... I probably should have been able to tell back then from the design. Was the guy that caused all the drama that caused Ethel's colony to be demoted from Agnus? And if so, why was she demoted over it? I didn't even notice that or think about that the first time, but he's wearing like a white uniform instead of a black one, which makes me think he's from Agnus. Maybe that's what caused a breakdown, maybe, between... Huh.
It's rising. We're getting more light.
What?
This is Colony Delta. That's
Interesting.
smoldering camera.
So Delta's camera.
Legends, but we can win. We're gonna make it. Consul, sir.
Yeah, if she was demoted over that, why would she be... I thought they were allies. I thought Kamarabi was on the same side as Ethel, and that's why she was demoted, for taking things too far in like a friendly sparring match. If they were literally on the battlefield, maybe she let him go? I don't get it. And that's what she was in trouble for? Who knows? Where's that thing? Yeah, I get the feeling you're not winning this one, man.
What's that for honest?
Yeah, this is from, yeah, they're fighting that thing. Man, if only you hadn't demoted Ethel and she was on this battlefield, huh? Probably would be pretty helpful. I mean, do they even have something that can combat that?
Listen here. You've done well to come this far. But now, smoldering Kamarabi takes the field.
I get that he probably wanted his dramatic entrance. How long has this fight been going on, though, that Kamarabi was just sitting there with his, like, arms folded, eyes closed, just not helping? Oh, yeah. He made us think that we had them pinned. Let's go with that. I mean, given the sheer number of, like, red effects on the ground there, if that's the effect when people die, you know, like... Oh my gosh. So he starts on fire too, but unlike, you know, like Bridget and Senna, it's literal like fire looking hair. It's not blue.
Just who are you? Perhaps a guard, perhaps not.
Well, well. Smoldering Kamaravi. Your name is no mere affectation.
A consul? No. You're...
Wonder if Kamarabi ends up being a hero. Honestly, I would assume so. But... who knows? I was thinking Izard would be too, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. It just seems like most of the heroes are, you know, commanders of colonies. And by most, I mean like 3 of the 4 we have. So, we'll see. But I wonder if that's who we're dealing with next. Yeah, we're in Taion's territory. He can get us to Sword March from here, surely. It's difficult to write, okay. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we don't trust Taion. The middle levels seem to get above calling Lambda. Oh wow, okay. And we're off. Yeah, that was a lot to take in, though. I mean, everything from the whole... I mean, it started out with us just like, oh, let's avoid these soldiers and get into the tunnels. And then it went to, now there's 6 forms of the Inner Link. Now there's all this stuff. Now Cameralby's back and things crazy. You know, Yoren's a lot, like, just... Ugh. It's too much for me to take in, honestly.
That looks like a good rest spot.
Rest spot's good. Oh, I was like, where? Let me just run in here real quick. I want to see if there's a canteen in here too to get a recipe from. I feel like I'm starting to overlevel a bit because you have to consider we still have a bunch of side quests in the mid-20s to do. I just don't think I actually care, to be honest. I'm here for the story, so we'll see. I'm sure there's endgame stuff that's a little bit difficult too. Oh, I guess me, I'll just... I wonder if there's literally like different little interactions with everyone at every single campsite. Because last time it was like meal fixing sanitary, stuff like that. Just wholesome, honestly. And, oh, I wanted to check. Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry. I had a second where I couldn't remember what I was doing. I haven't really concerned myself with which ones I'm crafting, which maybe isn't the most helpful thing. But I've literally just been going like, okay, I can craft the next tier of list. Let's make this. The problem is, knowing that I still have ones at like tier 1 means I probably need to go back to previous areas and find those materials or use Nopon coins. But without looking it up, I have no idea where I need to go back to get like some of this stuff. But I hate to use I only have 18 gold Nopon coins. I hate to use, say, 14 for one, you know? Most likely one of those Austrian things, though, where I'll just go back and look for these things.
That's enough for today.
It's just those straight up grind things, like quests, main story, and stuff is obviously stuff I all want to do on stream, but just straight up grinding, you know, for mats and stuff like that. Even gemstones, skill tree, I just, Let's run around, because maybe, if Izard is... Wait, another missing officer, interesting. Well, I say another, but the other, we have that other quest involving the, Nopon officer from Colony 30. But I have a feeling that if Izard is recruitable as a hero, it's probably from collecting information in this colony, and then, you know, dealing with it. Oh yeah, their canteen wasn't functional. Here I'm talking about maybe finding their canteen, but...
We have some new names registered.
Over here!
Suicide is intense, so...
Sounds like a scoop.
We just gotta commit to the motion!
We
What's
need
this?
to time this right.
Oh, is this just for resources? Nice. One thing I need to remember to do too, just note to self, is I need to go back and literally just talk to everyone in every colony. Because it's literally just free affinity with the colonies. And I know I'm specifically, like, one of the rewards is, I'm pretty sure... Oh, it's kind of cool to see where this is in position to everything. I say like Shiny Hunter, I'm assuming is more... Silent Steps could be alpha, I'm assuming that's lower aggro range. It's interesting to see too. It's kind of crazy though, like, seriously though. if Kamarabi was from Agnus, why was she demoted for it? Unless she was demoted for letting him go. That's the only thing I can think of now. I thought they were allies and that she was in trouble for, like, over hamming up their duel or something like that. And seriously, though, if she was called Silvercoat Ethel, meaning Colony 4 wasn't originally, like, silver rank, what is a gold rank colony? Steel. Is it the same ranking system? I'm assuming if iron, steel. There's just so much to take in, like, unbelievable. Yeah. Let's double check for info real quick. Then we'll go back to that rest site, check out info, see what quest it gives us. Because if one of them is a hero quest, I'm going to do that. Seems like every colony has just people that are straight up missing. That's probably where side quests go to. Can they even get into their Veronis? I mean, they literally flipped it upside down. I also wonder, I mean, could we not try and interlink like all three and try and lift it back up, you know, instead of just leaving? Because obviously it took them in Senna's interlink form like a lot of effort, but you'd think with all three we could at least try. Yeah, 2 new quests. There's so many. Even after flame cleansers. Yeah. So that alone isn't enough to free them from the 10-year life cycle. Don't say that, Neil. Yeah. Eating good food and stuff. That's the good life thing. Yeah, it doesn't sound so bad.
This might get complicated.
Yeah. Agnus officers also members. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Then who is Meal paired with? The one named Shijima is headed in his house. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, we basically work as a pair with Meal, but I was under the impression that most of Kevis only had singular officers. Unless they were like the one training another one, they mentioned that, but that's like a successor thing, not a pair. Okay, we have a good chunk of side quests to tear through, don't we? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Solid 5. We're pretty high level in comparison to most of these, but doing these 5 alone will probably take a couple hours. Maybe that's what we'll start next stream with. Starting with side quests and then keep moving on.
Change of plan.
How far away is that place? Okay. You know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end today's stream there. Not a super long one, about average for my streams though, usually 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, there's just so much to take in. I'm really surprised that Jorn is still alive and all that stuff, but we'll get the VOD posted on YouTube, and yeah. Next time I think what we'll do is we'll start out with those 5 side quests, and we'll see about how long that takes, and then maybe continue the story. But anyways, thanks for everyone who stopped by, watched the VOD or everything. I know Clint stopped by at the very beginning of the stream. I am trying to get back to a decent stream schedule, though, where I stream at least 3-4 times a week. Like I was doing before I took my break, but I'll catch you guys next time, though. Bye.